Alright, and we should be live here on YouTube for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship finale here. Welcome on in, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. We've done these streams for a little while now on the channel. And yeah, we've got a full weekend of streaming ahead of us. Missed the Truck Series race last night. Just slept right on through it after I came home from work and just passed right out. But we're here and we're ready for a nice Xfinity race. We got the Cup Series race tomorrow. Should be fun. And yeah, we got 20 people hanging out in chat here as we are starting up the stream. We got Austin Hill, Cole Custer, AJ Allmendinger, and Justin Allgaier competing for the championship. Based on the fan poll, looks like we were split between Austin Hill and Cole Custer for the overall for who the fan favorite is for the championship. I know from looking on social media, I think Justin Allgaier is certainly a favorite to potentially land the championship as well. And in all reality, I don't think there's a driver that the fans don't want here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I mean, I genuinely think probably the most disliked driver on this list is Austin Hill, and that's because of a lot of the stuff from last year. But even he, I don't think, has a lot of hate going around on this one, so there we go. Again, we will have the leaderboard up over on the sidebar here momentarily. Basically, once NASCAR and NASCAR.com actually get their leaderboard posted, we will have the leaderboard up. But until then, we will just have whatever we got over there. But welcome on in, everybody. We got 31 people hanging out now. And yeah, we will be live through the full end of the Xfinity Series race. Don't you worry. We will not miss a moment as we get ready for this one. They've got the Xfinity Series Championship trophy along with the 4 championship contenders going out onto the stage. So I also have the broadcast set up a little bit oddly here. So we got the broadcast over here. So if you guys see me looking over there, that's because I'm looking over for the feed. But obviously camera's dead center, and yeah, we're here and ready for this one. So hopefully you guys are excited. I certainly am. All right, we got 36 people hanging out in chat. Also, feel free to let me know. Just give me your predictions for how you guys think this race is going to go, or your championship predictions for tomorrow. That would be amazing as well. We do have a little bit of breaking news of the unfortunate variety, as mere moments ago, actually a few minutes ago now, over on Sirius XM, they did confirm that now late great Bobby Allison has indeed passed away at 85. Glad he was able to pick up that one last race win last week via the North Wilkesboro result from the 70s getting overturned. So hopefully sending thoughts and prayers to him and his family. But yeah, the great Bobby Allison, 85, 80, yeah, I think it's 85 race wins that he ended his career with now after the adjusted win from 2 weeks ago. But again, thoughts and prayers going out to the entire Allison family and yeah, the extended racing community by extension. And are we back? All right, should be back. Apologies about that. We had my computer was starting to die, so I had to go ahead and get it plugged in, and it crashed. And yeah, there we go. All set up, and we are back to streaming. All right, and we have the live leaderboard going up as well. So there we go. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you guys for all 30 of you guys that have stuck through the small technical issue here over on the stream. And again, we're getting ready to go for the race. They have not, nothing has happened yet, so we are still waiting here as we get ready to go. All right, let's see. Okay, that looks good. All right, that should be all good, lined up. All right, so yeah, are you buffering? Nope. The computer was in the process of dying, so I had to do a quick restart, and we are back. Cold Custard, it's a play on words. He's sponsored by an ice cream company at points throughout the year. Andy's Frozen Custard. Figured that just was a fitting name, and there we go. We got 65 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has tuned in. If you guys are new to the channel, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We'll be back tomorrow for the Cup Series race in addition to a full 200 laps tonight. All right, let's see. We are doing great. We've now crossed over up to 2742 on the subscriber count, trying to hit 3,000 by the end of the year. And yeah, all right, my dad's got Allmendinger tonight. I'm rooting for Allmendinger too, pulling for number 16 to get his first championship, although I would absolutely love to see Parker Kligerman get the race win. Love to see him get a race win in his final NASCAR Xfinity Series start. I think that would be an amazing storyline. Speaking of storylines, brief memo about tomorrow night. We have got the tomorrow night we have got the retiring Martin Truex Jr. starting on the pole position of the NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix. His final NASCAR or full-time series. This is the last race of his first full NASCAR season, and of course, with this being his last full-time season, this probably being his final start at Phoenix, and he is on pole for Sunday's race. Today's race, we got William Sawalich and Sheldon Creed, who will make up the front row. A couple of Joe Gibbs Racing drivers who were completely shut out of the Drivers' Championship after Chandler Smith got roughed up and out of the way late in the race at Martinsville last week. Meanwhile, on the NASCAR on the other side of the board, they are actually still in the Owners' Championship with car number 20 being driven by Eric Almirola, who will start tail end of the field after an abysmal qualifying effort that left him 38th on the grid. The only driver, in fact, actually, he is the dead last driver on the field. You've got Justin Allgaier starting at the back with him, so that should be a good race to watch those two coming through the field. Meanwhile, Austin Hill, Cole Custer, and AJ Allmendinger all get to start inside the top 10. Now, it will be curious to see how Custer is able to work with every single Chevy working against him, because he is currently the only Ford in the Championship 4. All the Toyotas are out of the Drivers' Championship, and 3 Chevys on the drivers' side of the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. Can't show live shots due to copyright issues of the it being the NASCAR's official live broadcast. Can't go ahead and just put up the actual broadcast itself. If I could, I would, but I adhere to the laws of copyright, and I'm not gonna break them. So, yeah. If legally, if I could, I would, but I play by the rules. So there we go. Looks like we got a NASCAR commercial, which means, yep, coming back from commercial break. Should be getting ready to see the drivers climbing into the cars. Yep, they're talking about Bobby Allison right now as well, because again, in case you guys missed it a few moments ago and we talked about it, the NASCAR community lost a great one today. The great Bobby Allison passed away mere probably hours ago at this point. I remember hearing it on Sirius XM a few minutes before we went live. And again, just a big hit to the greater racing community as a whole. To lose such a great driver. Again, 85 career race wins, including one coming in 2024. By virtue of the win getting overturned. So, again, massive congratulations to him on a major, on a Hall of Fame career there. Yeah, and they're showing him with his race win plaque from the thing. But again, just a sad day in for the world of motorsports, and We knew it would come eventually, but you never want to see something like this happen. Alright, and there we go. We're all set and ready for this one. So let's see. We got 70 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has tuned in. Also, we have a poll going on in the chat. If you guys want to go ahead and let us know who you guys think the champion of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is going to be, and if you guys have any other thoughts on the race coming up, or drivers you guys have interest in down the field that you want to make sure I give at least some amount of coverage to, feel free to let me know, and I can definitely try and work some of them into the race and give you guys updates. I know I've got a lot of Matt DiBenedetto fans around. He starts in the 11th position today. But if you guys have any other drivers throughout the field that you guys want updates on throughout the race, feel free to let me know, and I will try and get them to you. But obviously, and for very good reason, the conversation throughout the night will be about the Championship 5. Austin Hill, Cole Custer, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier on the driver's side of things. And on the owner's side, it is the 3 Chevy drivers and Eric Almirola driving the number 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing on the owner's championship side. Cole Custer does not affect the will not affect the owner's championship, despite racing for the driver's championship. And that difference is only coming because of the fact that the Joe Gibbs Racing, for the Joe Gibbs Racing team, who has rotated drivers through like John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Almirola, Ty Gibbs, and several others through that field. So, yep, there we go. Hey, Ricky, thanks for being here. We love having you guys in here. Yeah, love seeing 91 people hanging out in chat. And again, we're mere minutes away from the start of this NASCAR Xfinity Series race, as they are currently doing the inauguration. And again, we are closing in on the start of the final race of the NASCAR Xfinity Series season. We got this race. We have the NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow, and then that will be it for the NASCAR season. And we will have about 90 days of quiet before the... I mentioned, Bobby Allison passing away. But, we will have about 90 days of quiet before Daytona. I actually saw the post, I think, either... I don't know if it was earlier today or if it was yesterday at this point, but I did see the 100 Days to Daytona posts that were already on the 100-day countdown to the Daytona 500. So, looking forward to the Daytona 500 next year, too. But, definitely a big loss to the motorsports community, losing Bobby Allison earlier tonight. Oh, I didn't realize Andy's Frozen Custard is actually on Cole Custer's car tonight. I knew they were a primary sponsor for a lot of races. I did not realize that they were the primary sponsor for tonight's race on Cole Custer's car. So I think Cole Custard has the nickname up there. It works even better now that I've seen that. There we go. All right. Well, we are chilling out. We got, again, 96 people. Can we hit 100 people in the stream? That would be amazing if we could hit 100 people on stream live. All right. I think we hit that once or twice throughout the Bristol weekend, and that's the only time I think I've ever come close to hitting 100 people live on stream. But, there we go. And again, Allgaier, Allmendinger all embracing their family, getting ready for this one. Cole Custer doing a final check of the wheel as, again, these drivers are getting ready to climb into these race cars. They've got another commercial break, and when they come back, we should be getting the command to start the engines. So, I'm going to say, the 2 RCR teammates starting on the same row there further back. Does anyone have Cup Q streaming or Cup streaming? Yeah, because I will be streaming the Cup race tomorrow as well, if that's what you're asking. If you're asking about something else, I don't know off the top of my head. And yep, there we go, 100 people on the chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has tuned in and showed up on NAS here for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship finale. We are here and we are ready for a nice action-packed one. Okay, Cole Custer, all right. Definitely looking forward to seeing this one. A lot of people popping in here and a lot of action ahead. Again, 3 of the championship 4 starting inside the top inside the top 10. And when's the race going to be online? They are doing. Okay, Q is a streaming network. I hadn't even heard of it before now. We are currently at the last commercial break before the engines fire, Nick. So they're doing one last commercial break, and then we should be live for the command to start the engines here mere moments away. And that's when we will be getting the race started up. But yeah, so again, doing this mainly for the people, because I know a lot of people personally who who have already started to cut the cable and don't have access to the CW network, or just haven't been too thrilled with the quality of the CW network coverage after they made that change in and around the NASCAR Xfinity race at Bristol, I think it was. I was obviously in Bristol at the time for that race, so I didn't get to see the coverage there. But yeah, so I've been streaming as many NASCAR Xfinity Truck and Cup races as I possibly can. And yeah, again, looking forward to tomorrow's Cup race as well. My driver Kyle Busch is already out of the running, so I'm kind of just rooting for good races down the stretch. Again, Allmendinger's my pick for tonight's championship. He's both the driver I want to see win the race and the driver I think is going to do it. Personally, I would actually like to see maybe if there is some way I could write the script, I'd like to see a Parker Kligerman race win with AJ Allmendinger winning the championship. I think Parker Kligerman winning a race in his final full-time season, being able to at least say somewhere on his resume, I am a NASCAR Xfinity Series winner. Yeah, I think that would be an awesome thing. Obviously came so close at the at checking that box a couple of weeks ago at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at the Roval. Obviously the caution flag coming out before he crossed the line. Again, I think that caution flag should have been called a whole lot sooner, but ultimately I think they got the call right. And again, throwing the caution flag and at least getting the call right eventually is a good thing. So there we go. And yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. We are up to now 2745 on the subscriber count. We're climbing there here in the final weekend of NASCAR's season. And again, we've got ourselves a countdown. When is the race? No, I am not say per copyright law, I am not allowed to put the actual race up on the stream for copyright reasons, but I will be calling the race essentially radio style for you guys when they get there. And yep, there we go. Just now, as they come back from commercial break, Allmendinger, Allgaier climbing into their cars and strapping in for a nice long NASCAR. Well, I say long. It's only 200 laps. I thought it was a 300 lap. Oh wait, no. I guess Cup race is only 300 laps, so makes sense that the Xfinity race is only like 2. I thought maybe 250. I guess I always forget because Phoenix calls their race a 500, but it's only a 312 lap race. I kind of always forget how short Phoenix is for a race. I look at it, see 500, and assume 500 miles. But nope, they go off kilometers for Phoenix for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a highly technical reason. It's probably something to do with Phoenix being a little bit being in the weird part of Arizona that doesn't do daylight savings time either, I guess. But yeah, we're all right. Austin Hill's got his helmet on and in the car, and again, we are ready to get the engines fired. And yeah, the race will be going green here just very soon. All right. We got 126 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that is tuned in. Alright, let's see. As I say, we probably got people from all over the place. As I say, everybody want to go ahead and say where you guys are from? I'd love to see where we've got people from. Probably people from all over. Curious if there's anyone from my home state of Maine. That would be amazing to see, but Alright, and gonna go ahead and skip around to ads here for you guys because we're getting ready to go racing. We don't need to throw another ad break in, hopefully, before. I'm hoping that NASCAR is not going to throw another ad break before we get this thing rolling, but considering it's NASCAR, I wouldn't put it past them. Another commercial break here. Okay, Salisbury, North Carolina, cool. There we go. Looking at moving to North Carolina here in the near future, so I can be closer to the races, so I'm not literally 3 hours from my nearest NASCAR track at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But yeah, Salisbury, Connecticut, or not Salisbury, Connecticut, Salisbury, North Carolina. I've actually, that's one of the towns I've been looking at as a potential destination for me to end up. All right, there we go. Yeah, North Carolina is a great state. I've been down there. I was down there for both Charlotte races. Not this year, but the year before. I was down there for both the Coke 600 where I got rained on, and the Roval race weekend in October as well. Also got a chance to look at a couple places while I was down there just to get a feel for the area. Yep, there we go. And my parents talking from up here in Waterville, Maine. Lexington, North Carolina, cool. All right. Shock and surprise that the NASCAR stream would have a lot of North Carolina people on here. But yeah, so again, it was a great track to go to down in Charlotte. One of a very small number of tracks I've actually gotten a chance to go to. Cool. Stories like that are yeah, there we go. My parents both chiming in with their sarcastic comments, but yeah, always cool to see people who have connections to the race teams. Yeah, and say, with that SHR, Stuart Haas Racing or Sam Hunt Racing? Both have the same acronym. Not sure which one you intended on that being. But yeah. I'm assuming it's Stuart Haas, but it very well could be Sam Hunt Racing. But yeah, again, we're just chilling out here. Excited for, again, 200 laps of racing. Okay, Stuart Haas. I assumed that it was Stuart Haas, but I was like, it could be Sam Hunt Racing. But yeah. Say Sam Hunt Racing being the home of Jeffrey Earnhardt tonight. Not sure who. Do they have two cars on the field tonight, or is it just the one car with Jeffrey Earnhardt? Who's in the? Is there a driver in the 24 tonight? No, I think it's just Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 26 tonight. Out of Sam Hunt Racing, so yeah. Just wanted to do a quick check-in there. We got Riley Herbst and Cole Custer for Stuart Haas Racing in this Xfinity Series race tonight. Riley starting third. Cole Custer back in seventh as the Championship 4 gets ready to go. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? All right, we got people popping on in. Again, getting ready for a fun-filled NASCAR Xfinity Series race. And again, we will be here for the Cup Series as well on Sundays around 3 p.m. Eastern time. So, again, should be a fun weekend of racing. I also cover the NFL throughout the NASCAR off-season, so there won't be a lack of streaming on the weekends once NASCAR ends. In fact, right after the NASCAR stream, I will be doing the Sunday Night Football broadcast as well over for any of you guys who are interested in the NFL. Specifically, that game is Lions versus Texans. Expect the Lions to win that one, but we'll have to wait and see. And here we go. As they are rolling, they're talking about the Championship 4. Justin Allgaier, only 2 wins on the season. That feels low. I don't know what it is, but I thought Justin Allgaier had more wins than that this season. Only 2 wins on the year for Justin Allgaier. Famously, AJ Allmendinger only picked up his first win of the season back at Las Vegas earlier in the round of 8 to lock himself into the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship 4. Cole Custer ends up pointing his way here just by shoving Chandler Smith out the way and lucking into the fact that Eric Almirola absolutely decimated the Xfinity Series race at Martinsville. 2 wins on the season for Cole Custer as well, but 14 top 10 or top 5 finishes is a massive mark there. I think it was either top 5 or top 10. Didn't get to see the graphic super long. And then they are going ahead and talking about Austin Hill here. Only his first Championship 4 appearance here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He was a Rookie of the Year 2 years ago in this very series. Missed out on the Championship 4 last year after contact with his teammate in the Martinsville race. 4 wins on the season for Austin Hill. There we go. The most wins of any NASCAR Xfinity Series driver in this Championship 4. And yeah, again, as we mentioned, oh no! AJ Allmendinger going to the rear of the field. No! Let's see. So Austin Hill starts in the 5th position. Cole Custer 7th. But AJ Allmendinger going to the rear of the field to join Justin Allgaier and Eric Almirola as parts of the playoff drivers who are back there. Oh, Georgia lost to Ole Miss. Let's go. Go Gators. And down with the dogs. Who's going to win between... Bama versus LSU? I'm going to have to say LSU. I'm going to say. I've got a coworker who's a big LSU fan. But yeah, I've got to say I think LSU takes it over Alabama. If there was a way for both to lose, I'd be rooting for that. But yeah, LSU, my second favorite college team. But yeah, I would have to say I would be rooting for LSU. But that's a pretty good game. That's certainly going to be a good game. Can't wait to see that. All right, here we go. Should be they should be doing their pass through on pit road here soon to check pit road speed. Actually, no, they had a full practice session, so they might not need to do the pass through on pit road to confirm pit road speed. Normally, when they don't have a full hour-long practice session, typically they on the warm-up lap they send the drivers down pit road as a chance to check pit road speed. Oh no, they are still doing the pit road speed check. But yeah, so again, we got our playoff drivers starting there. But yeah, so they're doing the pit pass through on pit road, gonna check their speeds. Yeah, no idea. I thought I had the CW over on Fubo TV, but for whatever reason, I guess we didn't actually have access to it. I would assume it's I would assume that they potentially had an unapproved adjustment there. Yeah, CW has been a mess most of the year, but I switched over to YouTube TV, which is where which is what I'm using now to be able to get the CW. But yeah, it definitely was weird to have that adjustment mid-season. But yeah, my guess is that they had to change something after qualifying, and it was counted as an unapproved adjustment, and that is why AJ Allmendinger is going to the rear of the field. A bummer, but that's at least the best answer I can give you. But yeah, so real quick, I'm going to just go through the starting grid, or as much of it as we can. William Sawalich and Sheldon Creed starting on the front row in the 18 and 19 cars. 19 and 18 cars, respectively. Row 2 will be Riley Herbst and Chandler Smith. Austin Hill and Jesse Love making up that row number 3 for RCR. Row 4 is Cole Custer and Sam Mayer. Row number 5, you've got what was originally scheduled to be AJ Allmendinger and Parker Retzloff. Matt DiBenedetto and Anthony Alfredo are making up row 6. Row 7 will be Daniel Dye, Stephen Parsons. Row number 8, you've got Sammy Smith and Jeb Burton. Jeb Burton, who will also be in the number 50 car in tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race. I didn't realize that until I was sitting down for Cup qualifying with my parents to go ahead and watch it. But yeah, shout out to Jeb Burton there. Shane Van Gisbergen, who is moving up to the NASCAR Cup Series next year, starts alongside Jeffrey Earnhardt here in row number 9. Row 10 will be Josh Williams and Ryan Ellis here and that covers the top 20. Connor Zilich and Jeremy Clements will be row number 11. Row 12, you got Ryan Sieg, who is filling the role of the 28 driver. He and Kyle Sieg swapped rides to try and get the 28 up in owner's points, as Ryan Sieg is the more veteran driver and the more consistent driver of them. Kyle Sieg will be starting in the 29th position. We just got the 1 to green, so we will be going green next time by. Other notables starting down the grid, you've got Parker Kligerman 31st, Brandon Jones starting in 33rd position, and then obviously Justin Allgaier, Eric Almirola starting at the back of the field. So that is your starting grid here for the NASCAR race. So here we go. Let's see. All right, $1 million contract, can't watch. Yeah, done with NASCAR after MTJ retires. Yeah, I definitely understand that one with a lot of people dropping out when their favorite driver retires. And certainly don't blame you for hating the way that this does it. Neither. I'll never understand why a free channel won't stream it live on their app. Yeah, I understand that annoyance there. All right, here we go. Pace car is off. We're ready to go racing, though. And here we go. Ready to go racing. Off of turn number 4, coming to the green flag, and it will be green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are racing here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. William Sawalich makes that dive down towards what would normally be pit road entrance, but nobody's coming off pit road right now, which is good. But I still think there should be a rule against cutting across that paint, just because I think that cutting across that when you have the potential of cars coming out of pit road is super dangerous. How did I find CW on NASCAR on YouTube TV? Just when I switched over to YouTube TV, they had the CW as one of the channels, and I just went over to it. It might be an area dependent thing. I'm living up in Maine, so it could be that Maine CW is on YouTube TV and other areas CWs aren't. Yeah, but here we go. Sheldon Creed does take the lead over William Sawalich as they go through 3 and 4. As they go through old 3 and 4, what is now 1 and 2, and takes the lead here as they complete lap number 1. And here we go. You've got Riley Herbst starting to dive down, scraping a little bit of that apron, or scraping the fender as he goes down across the apron. Yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys being here for this. I've been doing this all season long for basically every race I have access to, and where I'm actually home from it. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. But yeah, Riley Herbst made the pass on William Sawalich, making the pass up there. Chandler Smith also going by William Sawalich, making the passes here. William Sawalich only his second NASCAR Xfinity Series start here as he drops back to 4th position. Again, 3 of the top 4 spots, all held by Joe Gibbs Racing drivers here. Riley Herbst trying to make a name for himself as he is being replaced in the NASCAR, in the Stewart-Haas NASCAR Xfinity Series effort next year, as the Stewart-Haas is being rebranded to Haas Factory Team. And it looked for a little while like Riley Herbst is going to be getting an upgrade to the NASCAR Cup Series with 2311, but amidst their lawsuit, it does not look like Riley Herbst will be finding a ride in at the 2311 team, at least not right away. So it looks like he might have to pick up a ride somewhere else inside the garage. Maybe AM Racing could be an option. I can't remember if they've actually signed a driver for next year or not. I know they've had Dylan Lupton doing the remainder of this season, but I don't know if they've signed a driver for next year. Could be a good driver with real NASCAR Xfinity experience to take over the AM Racing car, although I think they would do better having a veteran like what they had last year with Brett Moffitt in the car. I think a Truck Series champion there is the best option. Here we go. Up the inside, though, Riley Herbst He's trying to prove me wrong as Riley Herbst goes up there and takes the lead from Sheldon Creed here. Sheldon Creed, one of those two drivers that I believe is actually making the move over to the Haas factory team next year, as the Stewart Haas Racing team went and made their moves to go ahead and fill both seats. Obviously, Cole Custer going up to the Cup Series program to drive for the Haas factory team in Cup, as they made the commitment to maintain at least one of their charters. Yeah, but here we go. Creed actually battles back and takes the lead back from Riley Herbst. Okay, hey, that's some experience we have not seen a whole lot of Sheldon Creed being able to fight back, and especially we obviously have never seen him win a race at the NASCAR Xfinity Series level. He's been so close, so many times. And of course, we still got over 190 laps to go, but being able to see a little bit of that ability to fight back when he gets past and not just laying right over, that's some good fight there. And speaking of some good fight, AJ Allmendinger and Justin Allgaier are already up 20 spots there, up into 18th and 19th position respectively here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That is an amazing drive for the drivers of the 7 and the 16, as they are just on a absolute rail to the front of the field. Allgaier's up 19 spots. Allmendinger's only up 10 spots. Okay, not sure why he's being shown there, considering they both, I thought, were going to the rear of the field. Eric Almirola also up 16 spots. So again, those drivers coming in from the rear of the field are on an absolute charge here, trying to go to the top. And speaking of going to the top, Riley Herbst got back around Sheldon Creed, and now Sheldon Creed is battling with his teammate Chandler Smith for the second position. And again, they're showing Justin Allgaier upset and frustrated after his qualifying effort did not go even remotely how they wanted it to. Qualified like 3-4 seconds off the pace of the field. And for a driver especially of his caliber that is so used to success, just one poor qualifying run. And he knows one poor qualifying run could be the end of his night, essentially, because it can be hard to get through the field sometimes. But so far tonight, he and AJ Allmendinger have made it look like it was an easy test for them to go ahead and find their way through the field. And we are just charging our way through this one. Again, the two Joe Gibbs Racing drivers battling for second, while Riley Herbst disappears into the front as he now has a 1.5 second lead over the two drivers battling for second. As there we go, Chandler Smith makes the clearing move and clears Sheldon Creed for the race lead. Not for the lead. Sorry, for the second place. Sorry, so used to saying passing Creed for the lead because that seems to happen on a almost weekly basis in the NASCAR Xfinity Series field. Austin Hill still maintains 5th place as the highest NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff driver. Cole Custer currently sits in 8th place in 2nd place, and they are going to a side-by-side commercial here early on in the going. As it looks like Jesse Love's starting to slip back a little bit, and here we go. Cole Custer going to finally be able to gain a couple of spots here, get back up to that 7th position. No, not able to get around the 2, as the 2 gets up in front of him and takes some of that clean air away. And here we go. Let's see. What can the 00 of Cole Custer do? You know these Chevys are not going to make it easy on him. There is not one Chevy in this field that wants Cole Custer to be doing well. Obviously he's not competing for the Owners' Championship, so theoretically he could win the Drivers' Championship, and Austin Hill can still get the Owners' Championship, but Austin Hill would much prefer to just go ahead and get that Owners' Championship by virtue of winning the Drivers' title. So, we are currently 29 laps to go here in stage number 2 as we are working lap number 17. Laps tick away pretty quick here in the desert. And that is certainly true here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Let's see. Kyle Sieg in the 39. He's up a couple of spots as well from where he started. Okay, who's dropping all the way back, I wonder? All right, let's see, because there's a lot of people gaining spots. There's got to be somebody who's dropped a ton of spots. Okay, Garrett Smithley, Greg Van Alst, both basically all losing one spot. Parker Clearman's up a couple spots. He's up to 28th here. But, yeah. Justin Allgaier, though, he's knocking on the door of the top 10. Are you kidding me? Justin Allgaier is knocking on the door of the top 10 right now. He's up to 11th. He is about 3 seconds back. No, he's 2.5 seconds back of Daniel Dye for the 10th spot. But that is amazing how quickly he's been able to make it through the field. AJ Allmendinger's made his way all the way to 17th, as he is currently battling back and forth with Eric Almirola. And speaking of guys battling for position, there goes Austin Hill making a pass on the 19 of William Sawalich, starting to make a dent into that wall of Toyotas at the front of the field. Obviously, the Toyotas, in terms of drivers' championship, don't have a dog in the fight, but NASCAR Cup Series veteran Eric Almirola driving the number 20 for the Joe Gibbs Racing entry are is in the battle for the Owners' Championship. I didn't see who qualified for Sunday. Martin Truex Jr. out-qualified Joey Logano by a mere 100th of a second for the pole position. We'll go through more of the full results from qualifying here in a few. And there we go, 10 gifted. There we go. My dad giving out 10 gifted memberships. So thank you guys for thank you, Dad, for going ahead and giving that. And congratulations to everybody that just got a membership to the channel. All right, there we go. And again, they're just coming back from commercial break. 22 laps down in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and once again, we are looking at seeing how far Sawalich is going to drop. So far, he's only dropped to 5th, but I can't imagine Sam Mayer's not going to be waiting too long before he starts making moves here. And again, Justin Allgaier knocking on the door here of the top 10 as well. Still waiting to see if he can close in. Let's see. Has he closed in a ton? Yeah, he's closed in about 1 second since the last time we checked on him. Justin Allgaier closing in a hurry on Daniel Dye, driving the number 10 for Colleague Racing. Trying to hang on to that top 10 spot. Matt DiBenedetto only dropped 1 spot, though, so far since the start of the race, which is pretty impressive considering that 38 car has, so far this season, has not really been up to snuff. Obviously, they made the change to going full-time midway through the season with Matt DiBenedetto. I'm hoping that he gets that ride next year. If it isn't already confirmed, I hope he does get that ride next year. Yeah, because I think he's building some real momentum with that Viking Motorsports number 38 in affiliation with the Ryan Sieg Racing crew. I think that crew absolutely needs to stay together for another year, because I think DiBenedetto could be a real challenger come the playoffs next year, or at least a contender for a playoff spot virtue of a win. But it feels like we've been talking more and more, especially down the stretch, that Matt DiBenedetto has just been hanging around in and around the top 10. And here we go. We got AJ Allmendinger closing in on the back bumper of the 8 of Sammy Smith, trying to go up to 17th position here. Meanwhile, again, the 7 of Justin Allgaier closing in on Daniel Dye. He's not close enough yet to try and make a move, but he will be there soon. And again, with the fact that we know that there is a stage caution coming, and the fact that stage points don't really matter to the championship 4, as it is just about the best finish in the race, you definitely want to go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and get the as many spots. And there we go. Justin Allgaier passes the number 10 for 10th there, making the moves, getting up to the top 10. Again, points aren't awarded in the stages for the championship drivers. It is all about the finish to the race, but hey, if you can gain that position, that's one less position you have to pass on either pit road or on the track later in the race, if you can manage to just keep that track position going. So, there we go. And again, Justin Allgaier so far wins at Phoenix. He's gotten 2 wins at this racetrack in 28 starts. In fact, he's got more starts at Phoenix than the other 3 drivers combined in the championship 4, which again just speaks to the level of veteran leadership that the number 7 has behind the wheel of the number 7 team. Justin Allgaier has been chugging away at this potential championship for a long time here. All right, there we go. And let's see, what do we got? All right, and here we go. Justin Allgaier making a 3-wide move on the inside. There we go. That's the kind of moves we want to see Justin Allgaier making. Passing Connor Zilic and a lap car, I believe, in one fell swoop there. I believe that was the 53, potentially, was the Ford that they just went and passed. All right, well, we are just chilling out here. Welcome on in, everybody. Hopefully, we still got 70 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has stuck around here. Again, we are closing in on 16 laps to go in the stage. Yeah, they're showing some of the highlights from, I believe, was this last year or was this practice? That was practice earlier today, and he had some damage in practice. Might have been part of what hurt Justin Allgaier's, I think that was a practice crash there. But, that was certainly not the way that Justin Allgaier wanted to start his championship weekend. He's closing in on the back bumper, though. Jesse Love here going to try and make the pass on Love here in a matter of moments. Meanwhile, they're showing Austin Hill. Austin Hill's starting to breathe down the neck of Sheldon Creed for 3rd. Yeah. Although Cole Custer, he's just hanging out in 7th. He's not falling back too far, which is obviously the biggest positive there that you can go ahead and make. Yeah, because right now he's just hanging on to that spot at the, he's hanging on to that top 10 spot. And again, right now it isn't really about where you're running. It's just about making sure that you stay in position to make these spots up by the end of the race. And honestly, I think if you're inside the top 20 by the end of stage 1, you're still very much in position to go ahead and try and win this race. Obviously, you'd rather be inside the top 10, but again, it's not something like, I think it's not an AJ Allmendinger's done if he can't get up into the top 15 by the end of this stage. Still a long way to go. Only 45 laps in this first stage before the caution re-racks the field. And there we go. AJ Allmendinger, or not AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier just went and made the pass on Jesse Love, making his way up to 8th place. And again, it is a little disheartening when you started right back in the back with Justin Allgaier, and Allgaier's just had vastly superior success at getting through the field. But again, ultimately, there's still plenty of time for things to change here. Alright, so again, 12 laps to go here in this stage. We got side-by-side commercial, which means we get to still see what's going on. And William Sawalich getting passed by Sam Mayer for 5th. Again, William Sawalich just starting to slowly fall down the leaderboard, and he's only got about another half second he can fall before he starts to fall into the clutches of guys like Cole Custer and Justin Allgaier. AJ Allmendinger much further back. But again, the fact that you have 2 cautions to basically bunch up the field as a Championship 4 driver, I think that it is an absolutely a massive advantage to be able to go ahead and just be running from the back. The fact that you don't have to worry about the stages. Because I think starting at the back mattered a lot more last week in Martinsville, where you needed to worry about stage points, especially if you're close on points. Now, obviously, I don't think anyone was close on points last week at the in the NASCAR Xfinity Series field, but yeah, again, it's nice knowing that you don't have to worry about stage points, and you basically just get 2 free re-racks of the field with the competition cautions, which I still am not a big fan of it. I'd like to see what the races would look like if we just didn't throw the cautions to the stages, let the races play out more naturally. But I will admit there are some races where I feel like we just kind of needed a comp yellow to go ahead and get the where we needed to kind of bunch the field back together. But again, having them, especially having the yellows scheduled, so we know exactly at lap 45 the caution is going to come out, re-rack the field, and you don't have to worry about continuing to put pressure on. Yeah, that's one of those things that I don't like about the stages. And again, you can award points, but again, the more so it's the guaranteed caution at a track like Phoenix, where you can start to build a lead, but right now there's no reason for Austin Hill, because Austin Hill could go ahead and lead the field by like 15, 20 seconds until he starts putting the entire field lap down. Those positions really mean next to nothing to a driver like Austin Hill, who is only caring about the finish of the race. And there we go. We're coming back from commercial break, and yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so here we go. 6 laps to go in stage number 1, and again, Riley Herbst holds on to about a 3/4 second lead over Chandler Smith. And then they got about another 7 seconds behind him before you get to Sheldon Creed, and now Austin Hill, who's breathing down his neck. Oh, Justin Allgaier making a pass here on Cole Custer for the spot. There we go. Justin Allgaier making a couple of passes that lap. He got by William Sawalich that lap. He got by Cole Custer that lap. He gets a 2-for-1 deal that lap and moves his way all the way up to 6th place. Could imagine if Justin Allgaier gets into the top 5 in stage 1 after starting tail end of the field. Could you imagine the insanity that is Justin Allgaier on this kind of tear? Again, was on pace for, he was starting at the tail end of the entire field, managed to pass his way all the way up to 6th right now, looking at maybe going to 5th in one stage. 45 laps he was able to go through that many cars. I mean, that is nothing short of amazing. And here we go. William Sawalich looking to the outside, going to try and maybe look to try and make a move on not Sheldon Creed, but Cole Custer there. But Cole Custer so far able to play defense. Again, doesn't really matter outside of the fact that it's track position here. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Gonna be 2 to go at the line this time. And again, these drivers, they are fighting tooth and nail here and to the bottom of the racetrack, passing 2 more lap cars, not even passing cars for position here. But again, these are just Justin Allgaier on an absolute tear, and I'm absolutely believe that there is at least some portion of this that is being fueled by the knowledge that he put his team behind the 8 ball when he went and qualified the car poorly. I think he knew that he needed to make it up to the team, and he's driven his way up to probably right about where he would have qualified anyway. Although with the speed he's got in this race car, would not be surprised if he'd been the pole sitter if he had actually gotten an opportunity to qualify that race car. Allgaier is not going to get a shot to try and pass the 1 car for the position, it looks like. But here we go. Yeah, Chandler Smith right on the back bumper of Riley Herbst through the final set of corners here in stage number 1. It's going to be Riley Herbst taking stage number 1. Chandler Smith second. Third is going to be... Who's it going to be? Third place. Sheldon Creed gets third. Austin Hill 4th. Sam Mayer holds on for 5th. Justin Allgaier 6th. 7th, Cole Custer. 8th, William Sawalich. 9th, Eric Almirola coming from the back of the field. Eric Almirola up into the top 10. And Jesse Love hanging on to that last spot inside the top 10. Connor Zilich hanging on in 11th place. The last driver who didn't get points, but I don't believe he's driving for points anyway. AJ Allmendinger comes home in the 18th position in that stage. And again, AJ Allmendinger, you got to improve that race car if you're going to go from getting kind of stuck in 18th to being able to actually go to the lead. Again, we saw other drivers be able to do the exact same thing he did and actually make it up into the top 10. Again, Eric Almirola at 9th. You've got Justin Allgaier in 6th. Both were in the exact same position as Allmendinger, and Allmendinger just has not been able to perform the way that the others have. Which again, that is just it is a monumentous task to try and to even attempt to run the kind of race that Justin Allgaier has run so far tonight. I mean, that is, again, astounding that any driver has been able to pull off a race like this one. And yeah, we're at commercial break after the stage ended, and yeah, we're just chilling out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. So we're hanging out around 70 people hanging out in the chat. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Yeah, say we got ourselves a decent chunk of people just hanging out. Again, we got ourselves a fun NASCAR Xfinity Series race, and we got ourselves a nice little goal of trying to see if we can find our way to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Currently sitting about 250 shy, as we are currently sitting at 2754 on the subscriber count. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and check Twitter. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, the link to my Twitter is in the description, at ryansieg over on Twitter. It's, aside from here, it's probably my most active social media. I've been posting daily NASCAR Immaculate Grid puzzles over there for the last month or so. So if you guys enjoy those kinds of challenges where you try and figure out which driver to fit into slots, go ahead and check those out over on Twitter. I also comment quite a bit there. But yeah, every once in a while I'll just check Twitter in the middle of the race and kind of just see what people are talking about the race. Because so far, this has just kind of been a very standard race. Yeah, not a lot of, nothing overly surprising has happened, but honestly, for stage 1 of the NASCAR Xfinity Series finale, I'm not sure we expected much different here. Now, let's see, has anyone solved hard mode? No one solved the hard mode of the grid that I posted today. We did have one person solve the easy mode version of the grid challenge from today, but no one solved the hard mode one over on Twitter. So if someone wants to go ahead and sneak in and get that one, I made it pretty tough, but certainly would like to see if someone could go ahead and get that one done. But yeah, they're coming back from commercial break, and we should be getting the green flag for stage 2. Or actually, we got pit stop. Sorry, we got pit stop at the end of stage 1 first. Which will be the first action here, as stage 2 has technically begun already. Imagine if Justin Allgaier is able to take the lead to start stage 2 just via an absolutely insane pit stop to go from 6th to 1st. It would take a miracle effort. But it'd be hard to justify the rest of this race as anything shy of a miracle. And here we go. The 98 of Herbst finds his pit box really early on in pit road. Cole Custer finding his pit stall. The other 3 Championship 4 drivers still looking for theirs. Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier driving way further down pit road, it looks like. Even Allmendinger, they're all pretty far down the grid, and there we go. They all find their pit stops. A 14.0 for Cole Custer. Meanwhile, AJ Allmendinger, we're going to have to wait and see if anyone gets a better than a 14.0. 14.0 for Austin Hill. So Cole Custer, Austin Hill, both 14.0s. Allmendinger a 15.6, and Justin Allgaier gets out of there. Yeah, and Austin Hill picks up 2 spots. Cole Custer able to pick up 4 spots with their lightning fast pit stops. Meanwhile, Justin Allgaier loses 4 spots. That is disheartening right there, to go ahead and make up all that kind of ground and then all of a sudden just have it torn away from you at the end of this thing. Again, because the last couple of pit stalls on pit road cross the start finish line, the running order will be a little bit wonky while they cycle around to the green to the start finish line next time by. But again, the order will correct itself as they roll around. There we go. Riley Herbst to the top, Austin Hill to second, Cole Custer to third, Justin Allgaier to 10th. Let's see, where did Allgaier come out and all, or Allmendinger come out and all that? Allmendinger gains a couple spots. He's up to 13th, up to 12th. There we go. That's the kind of spots we needed to see him gain. So Allmendinger, his crew chief gains him a couple of crucial spots here. Now it's up to Allmendinger. You can't stall out like you did when you got to the top 20. You got to go ahead and be able to fight your way up into that top 10 here throughout these next 45 laps. All right, I'm also going to go ahead and grab my NASCAR Fan Award points. If you guys don't know what the NASCAR Fan Award program is, well, I apologize to you guys for not telling you guys about it sooner. But yeah, the NASCAR Fan Award program, it's a program that NASCAR has where they basically try and give you free stuff. All you have to do is gather points by checking in on the in-app leaderboard over on the NASCAR app. Each race you check in for, and that includes NASCAR Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series races. Each one of those gets you 50 bonus points that you can use towards stuff like merchandise, autographed diecast, race tickets, and more. Not a paid promotion or anything, but NASCAR is giving away free stuff. I would feel like you guys would like free stuff, so just going to go ahead and mention that if anyone hasn't heard of it, because when I've talked to people at the racetrack, I'm kind of surprised at the sheer number of people who don't know about the NASCAR Fan Award program. I've been collecting my points all year. I'm closing in on 10,000 points. I have almost enough for an autographed race diecast. I've missed a couple of races, which really hurt my total points output. But yeah, next year I'm gonna try and see if I can go for a absolute perfect and see how many points I can actually pick up throughout the year. Again, just checking in on the leaderboard gets you that, and let me see if they have a dashboard question right now or if it's the same one it's been. Oh, yeah, here we go. This driver picked up his first career NASCAR win at Phoenix in March of 2022. That's going to be Briscoe. And yeah, okay, I did already gather the points from that one. All right, here we go. And 1 to green at the line. There we go. 1 to green. They do the choose cone. Here we go. Hill goes to the outside. Custer lines up with his teammate on the top side. So you got both Stewart-Haas racing cars taking the top line here, including race leader Riley Herbst choosing the outside. That's going to be an interesting one to see how the two Stewart-Haas guys being on the top side maybe change the outcome of this restart, or at least change the complexion of it. Meanwhile, you got Austin Hill going to the bottom of the racetrack with a couple of Joe Gibbs racing drivers behind him. Again, will be an interesting one to watch, but I'm curious to see how it ends up playing out. Alright, so let's see. Again, right now we're 8 laps into this stage, so it's going to be about 35 to go when they go green. Technically 36 to go when they go green, so we are going to be green flag racing here very soon. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we're just chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Pace car is off to pit road, dives for cover, leaving the field in the hands of Riley Herbst and Austin Hill. And they enter the Geico restart zone. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. They are back to racing. And here we go. Let's see how the Stewart-Haas car is going to work this restart out. I feel like the real teamwork comes down here into 3 and 4. On the outside, Cole Custer. 3 wide on the outside goes Cole Custer, as Custer just goes around the outside of both of them and takes the lead. There we go. That's the kind of power move we expected from the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship contenders. It's like Cole Custer goes to the outside of his teammate, 3 wide, and takes the lead. Riley Herbst is able to hang on to second here as Austin Hill filters himself back into the 3rd position. Justin Allgaier making his way up to the 6th position, going to try and see if he can maybe pass Chandler Smith here for to get up into the top 5, which would be the first time tonight for Justin Allgaier sniffing that top 5 as he is making his way up to the top 5 right now. As he is inching past Chandler Smith. And there we go. Allgaier to 5th. And again, we have, let's see, where did Allmendinger on this restart looks like? Allmendinger is hanging out in 12th right now. Again, a lot of room to be made up here between Allmendinger and Parker Kligerman. Wow, Parker Kligerman's made up some good ground here on the late in the restart, because I feel like we talked about him making up a couple of spots, but he was still in the mid-20s last time we checked, and now he's up to 13th. There we go. But, yeah, right now, though, again, Allmendinger kind of being stuck in 12th. Not directly a race ender, but certainly not the kind of thing you want to see from a potential championship contender. Kind of want to see them show the ability to move forward, and so far they have not really shown that. Meanwhile, your other 3 championship contenders are all inside the top 5, with Cole Custer leading, Austin Hill 3rd, and Justin Allgaier hanging out in 5th. So yeah, that's 3 championship contenders right there. Meanwhile, the 4th and final driver for the championship 4 is hanging out all the way back in 12th. But here we go. The 2 Stewart-Haas drivers racing nice and easy with each other for the lead. No, a little bit of contact there, and Riley Herbst wants his lead back. As Riley Herbst puts a little bit of a bumper to his teammate and dives below and takes the lead. So right now the 98 of Riley Herbst making this work around this track. And I say, Riley Herbst's going to try and win a race and see if he can prove himself to one of these NASCAR Xfinity Series teams, or potentially an on-looking truck or cup team owner who potentially has a spot. Although I think most of the cup spots are spoken for at this point. Again, I think there's the question of what happens with the 2 Stewart-Haas charters that were supposed to get sold to the 2 teams currently filing the lawsuits against NASCAR. Considering NASCAR is, they're fighting NASCAR to try and get out of the charter agreement, or to try and not have to be a part of the charter agreement. Which we did have a little bit of an update on that. We had the, federal judge did deny their, we got a caution flag, yellow, yellow, yellow. Federal judge did deny 2311, and, there's the caution, there's the wreck, and it is the 45 of, who is the 45? And, the 14 of Greg Van Alst gets a piece of it as well. Who's the 45 tonight? I can never remember who the 45 is. Stephen Parsons tonight in the 45 car. And again, Greg Van Alst into the wall as well. Yeah, Stephen Parsons lowering the window net, signaling to crew members that he is okay. That is a big one. And Greg Van Alst able to actually drive it back to pit road and is going to try and have his team look at that thing and maybe get himself back out on the racetrack. All right, what started this? Anthony Alfredo versus 45. Let's see. 45 just shoves Anthony Alfredo up into the fence, and Alfredo dives down to try and retaliate just a little bit and ends up sending the 45 up into the fence. Okay, where's the 14 become a part of this? The 14 got spun from a completely different incident further in the back while people were kind of checking up, trying to avoid the spinning car. But, again, that not a great move by Anthony Alfredo, but I get it. You get shoved in the fence, you kind of want to go and at least force him down there. Problem is you weren't alongside him enough to really force him down there, and you end up spinning him instead. Again, hopefully Stephen Parsons is okay. Again, he's dropped the window net, signaling that he is okay. Yeah, similarly, obviously, Greg Van Alst, we won't know his actual condition until he gets out the race car, but at this point, he is all elected to not get out the race car, so to me, that would signal that he is feeling A-okay, despite the fact that he got wrecked. So right now, working lap 19 of 45, and this stage is going to be a very short one. As now we've had a caution to abbreviate it, and you've got all four of the 5 championship contenders tonight inside the top 10. Again, a reminder, Eric Almirola racing for the Owners' Championship, but not the Drivers, and Cole Custer, the current Drivers' Championship leader, not racing for the Owners' Championship. So they're going to a commercial break. We're going to go ahead and throw in a quick ad break as well. And yeah, we will be right back, guys. Be right back. I'm just going to go use the bathroom real quick. All right. Bright and early in the morning. Dark and early. Alright. And we are back just in time as they're coming back from commercial break. Welcome back in, everybody. Hopefully everybody's still here. Alright, we're down a little bit, but we've still got 63 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. And yeah, we are chilling out here. There we go. Views of Lake Erie there. Yeah, shouting out my dad for the gifted membership. Thank you guys thank you, Dad, for the gifted memberships. And again, yeah, thank you guys for everybody that tuned in and ended up being gifted one of those memberships. So, alright, we're just chilling out here. And again, right now the drivers of the 4 championship drivers currently sitting second, fourth, fifth. Again, no pit stops expected here during this mid-stage caution, as the teams in the NASCAR Xfinity Series only have essentially only have one extra set of tires. So they have the set of tires they started the race on. They had a set of tires for stage 2, one set for each stage, and then they have an extra set to put on somewhere in stage 3. I believe that's all the sets they have. I would have to double check to see if they have, if it's 4 or if it's 5 sets that they have, but typically they don't have a whole lot of extra sets of tires, so again, not expecting a pit stop here because typically you want to save at least one, if not both of those sets of tires if you have the extra sets for later in the race in case of a late race restart, because those fresh tires are magical. Now, I don't know what the tire wear is like it on the ground at Phoenix, as I've never been to Phoenix. I know historically it's been a somewhat rough racetrack, but where it was repaved shortly before before it got its championship date, hard to really tell. But again, we'll have to wait and see, I guess, as to how the tire wear is. But again, second, fourth, fifth for the first 3 Championship 4 drivers. AJ Allmendinger back in 12th. And again, just a quick reminder for everybody that, because I know it's not being talked about nearly as much, but Eric Almirola is racing for the Owners' Championship. On the owner's side of things, driving that number 20 car, but as he's not a full-time driver, he is not racing for the he's not racing for the Drivers' Championship. Although he's been a good enough driver this year that I could realistically see him going and winning a Drivers' Championship here in Xfinity if he gets that 20 car for a full season. Problem is the JGR cars seem to be going to the drivers who bring the biggest amount of bucks, which is surprising because Chandler Smith, a driver who typically brings a fair amount of money with him. Oh, and Anthony Alfredo being held on the racetrack for retaliation against him. Yep, there we go. 2-lap penalty for Anthony Alfredo. No, don't do that to my boy. I mean, I know he probably deserves it because he did definitely retaliate. But come on, man. Anthony Alfredo held for 2 full laps under the caution flag. He will go 2 laps down, and that is essentially going to end Anthony Alfredo's night, putting him 2 laps down. The number 5 car has never really been a good enough car to go ahead and make up that difference. And there we go. They're showing the fight between the argument between Cole Custer and Chandler Smith, which included literally one of the weakest hits I've ever seen. If you're going to hit somebody, hit them hard enough to leave a mark. I mean, I'm not normally an instigator for fights, but if you decide that you are going to go for a fight, do it right. Make sure you leave a mark. But yeah, so they just held Anthony Alfredo though on pit road for 2 laps in response to him retaliating against the 45. Again, he got stuffed into the fence by the 45, and then he came down the track. He kind of followed him down the track as they were going down, which there is a short chute there that everybody dives down to, but yeah, he ultimately ends up spinning out the driver. Okay, he did have a black eye. Okay, I just saw that the slap looked like one of the weakest things I've ever seen. Yep. Yeah, those are usually decided after the race with a fine, but I guess they decided that Anthony Alfredo's retaliation there is, was warranting a 2-lap penalty, but okay. Well, I didn't get a chance to watch the Dale Jr. download this week, so okay, he did have a bruise, which, hey, I mean, again, it's one of those things that if you're going to go ahead and go for a fight, especially with how little NASCAR tends to allow you to get even remotely close to someone when you're threatening a fight, yeah, if you have a shot at them, handle it outside the race car. I certainly would advise a physical fight on the racetrack after the race, much more than retaliating with your race car, because that can be legitimately dangerous and collect bystanders. at least in the case of a physical fight. Odds are the only people that would get involved would be Cole Custer and Chandler Smith, crew members at the worst. Now, obviously, there's always a chance of bystanders getting caught up in it and ending up with like a Texas 2014 type fight, but certainly less dangerous than going and retaliating on the racetrack like guys like Connor Jones have done, or a Matt Kenseth 2015 type situation where you go and you just use your race car as a literal weapon here. So, all right, we get we should be getting one. Nope, we don't get one to go. Okay. The TV broadcast thought we were going one to go. Looks like they added a lap, at least one lap to the caution. But, yeah. So, again, curious to see what ends up happening since Chandler Smith is in and around the front of the field. And the fact that Cole Custer is there, too. Certainly curious to see what happens to Cole Custer if Chandler Smith does get a shot to try and pay him back for what Custer did on the track last week by kind of knocking him up and out the way and kind of letting both of them drift back, and ultimately the points mattered a whole lot more. Chandler Smith was the one who absolutely needed the win to advance, and Cole Custer would have been out, and all Cole Custer needed to do was make sure that a new winner didn't get it. Again, not advising a wreck on the track, but if Chandler Smith goes and holds Custer up to the extreme outside lane, certainly something I could see, and I certainly think that kind of retaliation would be fair. Again, he held you to the top line at Martinsville, you can hold him to the top line at Phoenix. Alright, so they do the choose cone. The two Stewart-Haas cars this time are going to start on the sharing the front row. There we go. So there we go. Cole Custer and Riley Herbst's going to share the front row here. Mayer and Hill, row 2. And again, we got Eric Almirola and a lot of drivers filtering into that top line, which means that inside line, there was a potential for some driver to go ahead and gain a lot of spots by going to the inside line. Curious to see where that one ends up here. Cole Custer's live camera, yeah, I would love to be able to see Cole Custer's live camera. Unfortunately, I can't show any of the actual race footage due to copyright reasons. I can't go ahead and show any actual footage of the race. Because unlike some people, because I know some people go ahead and just put the full broadcast up on YouTube, I am not one of those people who's going to pirate and break the rules. So here we go. Pace cars off. Field in the hands of the two Stewart-Haas cars. Riley Herbst on the outside, the race leader, and the control car. Teammate Cole Custer on the inside. Green flags out. We are back to racing. And here we go. Let's see. Cole Custer all the way down the inside, diving all the way through, crossing that paint stripe. And, it looks like he might actually lose out to the consistent line of the 94. Oh, the 98, I mean. Sorry, 98. Not 94. I don't even know if there's a 94 in this race. But, yeah, Cole Custer losing a couple of spots here, including Justin Allgaier able to make some moves on the restart. Makes his way all the way up to third. And the provisional championship leader, Justin Allgaier. There we go. Chandler Smith going for a big dive. There we go. Chandler Smith getting himself a little bit of TV time there. Meanwhile, Austin Hill blocked behind his former teammate, Sheldon Creed, and Sheldon Creed's current teammate, Chandler Smith. Can't imagine Sheldon Creed has too many hard feelings about Austin Hill after what happened in, almost every race throughout the remainder of 2023, as they were coming down to the championship from Bristol to Martinsville. I can't imagine there's any hard feelings about that. Drivers don't have a long memory, do they? And speaking of drivers having memories, spinning goes Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith goes for a spin. Looks like minimal damage, which, hey, good on him, but caution flag flies, and we are back under caution flag here. 2/3 of the way through the stage, and again, Chandler Smith goes for a fairly harmless solo spin. Not sure what caused it. Let's see. Oh, okay, so the Okay, the 18 thought he was clear, tried to clear himself down in front of the 81, wasn't clear, and ultimately upset the balance on the 81's race car and spun him out. So that was just a case of, I don't know. Again, I can't hear the spotter radio necessarily. I'd be curious to see if the 18 spotter told him he was cleared low, or if he just decided that he was clear low and he, well, wasn't. But yeah, that one is either going to be a spotter issue or a blatant lack of regard for the on Sheldon Creed's part. But ultimately, Sheldon Creed comes away with very little damage, and Chandler Smith now, after I was just talking about him running well up inside the top 10, now he's got to spin and he's gonna have to figure out what he wants to do going forward. But yeah, ultimately, again, just a really poor decision by the 18, regardless of whether it's a spotter or a driver issue. That was 100% the 18 that caused that. So there we go. All right, well, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and refresh Twitter real quick, see what all's going on over here. Oh, yep. Chandler Smith not thrilled with Sheldon Creed. Says he thinks the car is okay. There we go. That's what I was hoping to hear from that one. Now the people who are anti-Creed get to come out and talk about that one. All right, let's see. Here, let's see what some people are talking about for over on Bob Pockrass' Twitter. Just gonna read through a couple of tweets about the Alfredo situation. Definitely hooked him. Boys have at it. Isn't letting boys have at it. Can NASCAR do anything right? He'll never be him, referring to the Connor Jones situation. If it were a big team, NASCAR would say no penalty. Honestly, probably. For what? Yeah, makes sense. At least he doesn't have to worry about a one-race suspension. Yeah. But, yeah, here we go. Let's see. Definitely, so it seems like some people are a little bit surprised that, one, he got a penalty for it, but also some people saying that he definitely deserved it, which, again, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying that I wouldn't have probably given him a penalty. I would have waited till after the race and then probably fined him or something. Allgaier's not happy with Chandler Smith, and he wonders, and he's not. Oh, Allgaier on the radio just said he wonders why he doesn't have a ride for next year. Ooh, that is a low blow from NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Justin Allgaier on the radio. So, yep, that is certainly a low blow there. Again, that is NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Justin Allgaier weighing in on the spin from Chandler Smith. All right, looks like there were actual pit stops that occurred here. Potentially drivers making their pit stop now instead of at the end of stage 2 so they can flip the track position. We'll have to wait until they come back from commercial break to know exactly what happened. Typically, NASCAR wouldn't worry about the spots there. Yep. So Cole Custer 12th, Allgaier 14th, and Austin Hill 17th after a round of pit stops. Again, Allmendinger did not pit. Now let's see. All right, let's see when everybody last pit. All right, so you got Brendan Poole who pit in the 50s. A lot of people who pit at lap 49, which was after stage 2. Then you got Riley you got Shane Van Gisbergen at 64. Riley Herbst on down, it looks like all pit at 68 roughly, especially like the lead lap drivers all pit at 78. Sorry, at lap 78. So looks like 11th on back is all drivers who pit under this most recent caution. Again, not a lot of drivers who pit under the previous couple of yellows, but now it's starting to look like a pretty good idea to have pit earlier and been able to maybe flip some track position, especially if you're AJ Allmendinger and have been struggling for track position most of the evening. Certainly would have been a way to try and avoid the lack of track position here late. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling out here. Should be getting ready to go back racing here momentarily. Yep, pace car is off. Field in the hands of Sheldon Creed, and Sheldon Creed from last year, a.k.a. the 2 car of Jesse Love. Yeah, the only difference is that the 2 cars actually winning races this year. And here we go. Green flag's out there. Back to racing. Sheldon Creed to the lead. Love to second. Allmendinger third. Let's see what's going to end up happening here as they start to spread out 3, 4, 5 wide here through Phoenix. And let's see. Eric Almirola trying to make his way through the field, maybe trying to make himself a real contender here for an owner's championship. Again, not eligible for the driver's championship. 4 wide, though! 4 wide. There we go. Yep. That is Eric Almirola making his way through the middle of the field. 4 wide on fellow championship contender. Ironically, not actually racing against each other because, fellow championship contender Cole Custer. Again, Custer only in the driver's championship, Almirola only in the owner's championship. But here we go. Here comes Justin Allgaier. He's up to 6th here. He's making his move. So, they're making some moves here. The question is, will it be enough here? So again, Allgaier to 6th, Custer to 9th. Austin Hill has not moved much. He's in 16th place at the current moment, which is not a great spot to end up in right now. Hey Patriots, how's it going? Where do you watch this? It's over on the CW. I know a lot of people struggle to find the channel or struggle to have it if they've already cut the cord, because a lot of streaming providers don't necessarily have access to it. That's why one of the main reasons why I try to prioritize making sure I can stream Xfinity Series races when I'm not at work and when they're on. So, but it's over on the CW network if you've got that channel. Which again, if you have traditional cable, you should have it. If you have an antenna, I think you should be able to get it. And if you're using streaming services, good luck. And here we go. Oh, 3 wide up the middle and contact with the 98 of Riley Herbst. The 7 car just rough riding his way through the middle there. But Allgaier makes his way to 4th. Sorry. Makes his way to 4th as he passes AJ Allmendinger and Riley Herbst there. Would not be shocked if Riley Herbst is feeling a little bit feisty after what Allgaier just did. Basically just rough, again, just riding rough all the way through that corner. But again, right now, Allgaier putting on a good show here, though. Making his way 3 wide through the middle. 3 laps to go on the stage. Not a lot of laps before they go and re-rack this thing. Honestly, if I'm Allgaier, I'm perfectly okay with finishing 2nd or 3rd in terms of the drivers on my strategy. Especially if I'm the lead driver of the playoff contenders, which I am. I would miss out on the Owners' Championship, but I would get the Drivers' Championship, which I think is what Allgaier cares about more. And does he have a tire going down? Yep, the 7 potentially having a tire going down, which is going to go ahead and hurt his overall finish here. And it means he will have to pit at the end of the stage. So that is massive here for the driver of the number 7. As the driver of the number 7 says he has a tire going down after that rough riding here. And once again, Riley Herbst to the race lead here as he goes and is going to try and sweep the stages here in Phoenix. Sheldon Creed down the stretch. I don't know if Sheldon Creed has what he needs left in the tank, as he does not have a lot of laps left. And here we go, final lap of stage 2. And it is going to be Riley Herbst winning stage 2. Sheldon Creed 2nd, 3rd Eric Almirola, 4th Jesse Love, 5th Cole Custer. 6th goes to Connor Zilic, 7th AJ Allmendinger, 8th goes to Sam Mayer. 9th, William Sawalich. And rounding out your top 10 is Justin Allgaier. So Allgaier hangs on to a top 10. And again, a tire rub after contact with the 98 late in the stage. Well, he was trying to ride his way through the middle of the track. That was a rough way to get there, but hey, he got there. And we'll see if it was worth it, because I can see Riley Herbst feeling like he has the right to go ahead and ride a little rough on the 7 later on if they end up in a similar situation at the end of the race. And again, it's one of those things where Justin Allgaier, you don't need to be making enemies right now. This is not a good time to be making enemies here. And let's go ahead and just go ahead and see where we are in terms of the most viewed live streams of all time here on the channel. Obviously, tonight has been just an amazing night. Thank you guys for everybody that has been here. Whether you guys were here for one stream, all the streams throughout the year. If you guys are tuning in again tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series finale here, that would be amazing if you guys tune back in. Would love to see you guys all back here again tomorrow. And again, we've still got a full 110 laps left in this one. So let's see. Right now we have got ourselves 4,100 views on the stream. That would put us, what would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would make this our 7th highest viewed stream of all time, and that includes the streams I did while I was at the track at Bristol, which, again, just an amazing night here. Now, out of ones that were done actually here in the studio versus down at the track, because those ones are always usually a bit better. It would literally be the 2nd highest stream of all time in terms of view count, which, again, thank you guys for everybody that's helped make this possible. 2nd highest viewed broadcast of the in channel history here. And again, wouldn't be possible without each and every one of you guys tuning in tonight. And again, I hope to see you guys here tomorrow. See if we can one-up this. Maybe even go for the highest viewed live stream in channel history. Yeah, but again, tomorrow 3 p.m. we'll probably be on the air sometime around 2:45-ish. If you guys want to be notified when I go live, you guys can go ahead and hit the sub button and ring the little bell. That's an easy way to go ahead and make sure you guys know when I'm live. I also go ahead and share it on my social media. My Facebook and Twitter are both linked in the description. So I go ahead and share on those as well when I'm getting ready to go streaming. So that way you guys don't miss a single video or live stream. But again, this NASCAR Xfinity Series race has been insanely fun. 1 hour in. And we've got ourselves a pretty good race going. Alright, let's see. Just gonna chill out for a moment. But yep, they're coming back from commercial break. Alright, let's see. But yeah, so who are your guys' favorite drivers though? Would love to see who people have for favorite drivers in the field. I know I know who a lot of people are fans of, but obviously not everybody's a fan of the fan favorites. Not everybody's necessarily a Chase Elliott, Dale Earnhardt Jr. type of fan, but I know that they have a lot of them, so. And here we go, Are you kidding me? I was just reading the subtitles. They're blaming Riley Herbst for the cut tire. Okay, that is definitely contact. Was that before or after, though, that you ran him? Yeah, you went and ran him down the track. Okay, was that after? Because if that was after, I understand him wanting to get revenge. If that was before, okay, sure. Might be able to justify it, but you also, you should not be the one looking for payback, considering you went and ran him off the road when he was down there under perfectly legitimate circumstances there. Also, just curious. Let's see how many votes the poll chat has. Wow, over almost 200 total votes on the poll chat. Looks like we think the favorite for the Xfinity title is Allgaier. Shock and surprise. He's had the best car of the night, but he's on pit road here. He's going to be down an extra set of tires here compared to everybody else late in the race. If we have a rash of cautions, he's going to be the first driver to run out of sets of tires. All right, well, here we go. All right, let's see. But yeah, it definitely seems like Allgaier really isn't happy with a lot of people, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, well, people seem to be somewhat mixed on the response to Chandler Smith. I see some people actually saying that Chandler should have given Creed more room, especially where Creed was ahead, but from the angle I saw, it looked like Creed was coming down on Chandler Smith, and Chandler Smith was already in a lane that you really can't stay in because the pit road entry is right there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not, again, not trying to pile on the guy, but man. Well, let's see. Alright, looking on Twitter, just trying to see if there's any other conversation going on. Yeah, not seeing much about the race over there. He definitely rubbed him on purpose. Are you talking about which driver? Are you talking about the? Because yeah, I think let's say if you're talking about the because there were two incidents there in that stage. There was the Allgaier Herbst incident where I think say if you're talking about the Riley Herbst one, yeah, Riley Herbst definitely did rub Allgaier the wrong way. But again, with the move that he made moments later, I think he should think that they're pretty much equal, considering, again, he nearly wrecked himself and Herbst, with that diving three wide move through there about a corner later, assuming that I've got the order of events right. If not, maybe it was retaliation after the fact, but again, from what I saw, I think it was Herbst made the went and made the tire went and made contact with the cut tire, and then he went for the diving three wide move that we saw. Which, if that was the case, again, I think they should basically both consider it even because they've again won. Allgaier nearly wrecked himself and Herbst with that move, which was just a dumb move to try and make, especially considering his championship situation. But also, if the Herbst thing was done in retaliation, then I could maybe see the case for it being for Allgaier still being mad. But yeah, when it comes to the two JGR teammates though in their incident, that's just a situation where I think Creed as the aggressor should have tried to stay a little higher, especially in a corner where everybody goes high. Everybody drifts up the track in that corner. Giving an extra couple of inches if you need to. But yeah. But no, definitely. Herbst definitely meant to or at the very least, it's hard to defend that he didn't know what he was doing there, especially with how good of a driver he is, which is the other thing that I don't typically give him a lot of credit for. He is a competent enough driver to know what he was doing in that situation. But, yep, again, we're about to cross the halfway mark, lap 100 here in Phoenix. All right, here we go. We're just chilling out here, and the thing, let's say, depending on how things went, I might not have even ended up here tonight because I was gonna end up going out to a concert tonight, but things didn't work out, and I ended up here. So I'm glad I am because this has been a great race, and you guys have seemed to have loved it so far. You know, we still got half a race to go. They're doubled up and ready to. Is this pit stops? No, lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to go green. So going green for the end of the stage. Now Allmendinger in 19th as the rest of the drivers have cycled around. Cole Custer currently 3rd. Austin Hill 9th. Justin Allgaier in 16th. And Allmendinger. Again, Allmendinger lost all his track position by staying out there to get the stage points that aren't even real. And yeah, now Allmendinger in 19th place here. Hey Laura, how's it going? Alright, here we go. Pace car is off, and we're gonna go ahead and, let's see. Green flag's out. We are back to racing, and here we go. Riley Herbst and Cole Custer on that top side. The Stewart-Haas Racing combo goes to the top of the racetrack and to the top of the leaderboard. Herbst, Custer, Amarola goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, all right. I'm going to need some Google Translate here for a moment because I apologize, but I am not sure even what language that is. So, let me go ahead and translate the question real quick. All right, I've got no idea what went wrong there, but that Google Translate can't possibly be right. But yeah, Austin Hill is going to win it, finishing 3rd. Hey, it's very possible that Austin Hill can get this championship without winning the race. And I say, Riley Herbst looks like a very dominant car tonight. All right, here we go. Oh, what happened? Oh, no. Justin Allgaier restart violation, changing lanes before the start finish line. And that is going to be a pass-through penalty here for Justin Allgaier. And that is a brutal gut punch to Justin Allgaier's championship hopes. What a way for the championship hopes there to end for the number 7. Obviously, it's not him. He's not guaranteed to be out of the race. But man, a pass-through penalty at this point in the race with no more competition cautions from the stages, that is going to pretty much end his race. Unless he gets really lucky with some cautions here. And that, again, a pass-through penalty at Phoenix, one of the slowest pit roads and one of the longest pit roads around. I mean, I think the only one that would have been more brutal would be maybe a pass-through at Martinsville or Bristol. But even Bristol, you only have to go half the track with a pass-through penalty, so you only are going on it for half the distance. Martinsville is just slow. But, yeah. I don't know. This is one of the worst ones. And, oh, no, another penalty. Are you kidding me? The number 7 just stacked another penalty on top of his restart violation penalty. And, yeah, that is a soul-crushing and speeding penalty on pit road. Justin Allgaier Yeah, another penalty. Too fast on pit road during his penalty, and that is going to be, I believe, a stop and go penalty. I believe is what happens after when you get a speeding penalty on your pass through penalty for a previous incident. I believe it escalates to a stop and go. Just park it. Well, he will park it for a matter of moments here, but if he gets lucky with, say, Custer, Allmendinger, and Austin Hill all ending up in a wreck, he could still find his way to the championship in like 30th place. But yeah, it is definitely just one instant after another. Go get a hot dog now. Yeah. Go do the Talladega Nights thing. Go grab a chicken sandwich and let one of your crew guys jump in and take the car for a spin. Like, he legitimately, I would not be upset if he went and did that. Just ask, hey, anyone on the 7 pit crew ever want to drive a race car? Here's your opportunity. I'm going to grab a chicken sandwich. But yeah, here we go. 91 laps to go, and again, man, Justin Allgaier just absolutely shot himself in the foot repeatedly. It's almost like he shot himself in the foot the first time, now in the knee. What's next? But yeah. Definitely a rough start, though, for him. Cole Custer second. Allmendinger up to 7th here, which, hey, that's pretty good. We're actually starting to see forward progress from the driver of the 16, which that is always good to see, is that we are seeing forward progress from the driver of the 16. Austin Hill stuck back in the 14th position. And again, Justin Allgaier after the double penalty, 35th, and probably last. Let's see, how many laps down? Is it 2 or is it 3? It is 2 laps down, about to be 3 laps down here. That is, again, disheartening considering how good this race was going for him. But yeah, here we go. And now AJ Allmendinger getting right up next to the number 20 car of Eric Almirola in the number 20 car, making that pass on track for at least, I believe, yep, that is for the Owners' Championship at the moment. Yeah, again, Cole Custer, not a part of the Drivers' Championship right now, but he is driving for the Drivers' title. So, again, that is the battle on track right now. Again, you've got the 00 up into second place. His teammate currently leads the race, but Custer on track to get the championship for the drivers, and the owner's title would go to AJ Allmendinger in 6th place. Assuming I'm right on this. Let's see. Owner's Championship. Yep, I am right. So yeah, Cole Custer not a part of the Owner's Championship. But here we go, and they are going to commercial break, and it's a side-by-side commercial. Let's go. Gotta love side-by-side commercials when we can get them. Alright, so there we go. Again, right now, working lap 115. Still a long way to go, but you just cannot go. And when you're already serving a penalty, you might as well slow that extra 2% down to make sure that you don't speed. But it's also just a product of these cars not having true speedometers. They're all tachometers, giving you an RPM reading and not the reading of the actual miles per hour that you're traveling, which is part of the skill when it comes to not speeding on pit road. Is that the dashboards don't tell you how many miles per hour you're going. But these drivers have also gone down pit road enough times to know roughly what it is. And sometimes you'll just push the issue and it goes wrong. And this was an instance of it going really wrong. Alright, so there we go. So yeah, we're just chilling out here though. Let's see. Jeb Burton currently running 13th. He will be in the NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow. Just another thing to kind of keep our eyes on is some of these drivers who are doing double duty in the Cup race. Believe AJ Allmendinger might be moving over for the Cup race. I know Kraus qualified the car, but I think the entry list had had the driver listed as Allmendinger. Let me double check that actually real quick while we're at this commercial break here. All right, well, here we go. Let's see. Cup Series, schedule, entry list. Here we go. Nope, the 16 is scheduled to be Derek Kraus. Okay. For some reason, I thought Allmendinger was supposed to be in this race, but makes sense since Allmendinger might be busy celebrating a championship in the ARCA, or not in the ARCA, in the Xfinity Series. Makes sense that you don't want him focused on trying to win a Cup race as well, which could be a big distraction for him. There we go. 30 laps down, 100 out of 110 in this stage, 80 laps to go in the race. So again, 80 laps to go in this race. Connor Zilic making his way up into the top 5. There we go. That's a name we haven't talked too much about. Obviously, a name that hasn't gotten talked about because of the championship talk. But hey, Connor Zilic making some good moves there up into the top 5. And are they really about to go to another commercial break here? Oh, okay, no. They were just doing the same showing the top 5 with their big, colorful graphics that they do. Typically right before they send it to a commercial break. But nope, not. I guess they just hadn't flipped it over from during the commercial break. But here we go. William Sawalich on the outside of one of the drivers. Not sure which driver that is. That is the number 10 of Daniel Dye. The Daniel Dye versus William Sawalich right now. Those two fighting it out for the position that is for 10th right now that they are battling for. Sawalich currently holds it. Daniel Dye trying to take it from him. Daniel Dye gonna go ahead and get clear. Yep, there we go. Daniel Dye gets clear. SVG up into the fight here. He's gonna go to the top side, see if he can go ahead and take this spot as well. And here we go. They're showing the 7 making moves, but really, I struggle to see the importance of a move right now. If you're the number 7, considering you are so deflated based on just how disheartening that finish, that string of penalties was. But yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're just chilling out here. 76 laps to go. And let's see. What do we got? All right. Man. It is hot in here. So SVG has made his way up to the 10th spot. Daniel Dye drops to 11th here. Yeah, Sawalich to 12th. And Brandon Jones hangs on to 13th. So those guys are all fighting for positions. I didn't realize that the 9 car, I thought the 9 car might be a lap car at this point. Considering how we haven't really talked much about Brandon Jones tonight. Although this is a track that Brandon Jones has succeeded at before. Including out-dueling Kyle Busch for an Xfinity Series win here. And that does not happen very often for people who have beaten Kyle Busch in an Xfinity or Truck Series race. Those two things do not happen very often. All right, let's see. But yeah, right now, again, this Championship 4, it just does not feel very strong, despite the fact that the names are all guys that I think are fairly well deserving of the championship. None of these 4 are really driving a race like a champion. Like the 94, the 98, I mean, I don't know why I keep wanting to call him the 94. The 98 has driven like a champion race car driver tonight. Alright, let's see. Again, like these drivers, some of them have driven like champions, some of them have absolutely not. Oh, we're still hanging on to 43 viewers. Thank you guys for everybody that's stuck around to the end of the stream. I know it's starting to get late. It's now 9:20 here on the East Coast. Let's see. Alright, let's see. So, right now, 71 laps to go. Working our way towards the end of this one, but again, right now, I'm struggling to see a world where Cole Custer doesn't win this thing and probably win it handily just based on the fact that the Stewart-Haas cars look very strong and the fact that both of them are up there consistently. Meanwhile, the Chevys can't seem to get out of each other's way. And obviously, we know what happened to the Junior Motorsports Chevy. So what does Mayer and Jesse Love do here? Well, okay, they're going to commercial break. NASCAR heads to another commercial break. Again, with 70 laps to go here. Alright, well, we're just chilling out. And again, oh, here comes Jeffrey Earnhardt down pit road. Jeffrey Earnhardt potentially going to be the driver to start this cycle of pit stops. That would be an interesting one. Obviously, he's not a playoff driver, so he's not going to drag the playoff drivers to the pit road. But hey, one driver pits, the rest start to tend to start to follow. Although I don't know if Jeffrey Earnhardt would be the driver I'd be following if I'm talking about a potential somebody to follow down pit road for a pit stop. Alright, there we go. And again, the Cole Custer machine, he's hanging on. He was 4 seconds behind the leader, which, again, that just goes to show the kind of day Riley Herbst is having. He's 4 seconds up on the battle for the lead. Sheldon Creed is another 2 seconds back of them. The next driver for the championship is A.J. Allmendinger, currently all the way back 5 seconds behind Custer and 9 seconds behind Riley Herbst, which is just, again, an enormous gap to make up here. Alright, here we go. 65 to go. Again, there's just not a whole lot going on in terms of drivers. I mean, your good drivers are kind of already to the front and absolutely blowing the doors off of anybody else that's even remotely close. Which, again, speaks highly of the drivers who are in this, that are at the front of this field. Again, I am not usually one to sing the praises of Riley Herbst, but he has driven a masterful race today. And he is one of those drivers that I think very highly of, and that has drastically changed over the year. I came into the year really not even sure if he was going to be back, just in terms of a driver coming back for the team. Now I'm starting to think it might be a mistake to get rid of him. And it certainly, I think, is a mistake on 2311 if they maybe let him go when they had a chance to sign him for Cup. Now, that might be a little bit of a strong overcorrection, but I certainly think Stewart-Haas might live to regret not signing Riley Herbst to their Xfinity Series program, or at least not leaving a seat open in case his Cup Series deal fell through. I think that is a big thing that Stuart Haas might come to regret, or in particular Haas factory team, because it's not going to be called Stuart Haas next year. All right, let's see. Currently closing in on 2760 on the subscriber count. Let's go. So again, the front two drivers both on older tires here. Both pit at lap 78 at the end of the stage. Meanwhile, or pit before the end of the last stage. So these guys are on the much older tires. Sheldon Creed pitted at the end of stage 2. He's currently in 3rd place. Jesse Love pitted a whole lot earlier at lap 100, and he just has not been able to make anything work. And it looks like nobody else that pitted at lap 100 has been able to find much in terms of room to gain. So again, these guys are pitted later. Lap 94 seems to be somewhat okay. Lap 100, but it seems like that lap 78 pit stop won, I think, just because of the sheer amount of drivers who made that call. I am not surprised to see that might be the strategy that wins the race. And something I think these drivers need to think about for next year as well. If these guys are running in the Xfinity Series again, which I think a lot of these drivers are, I would say at Phoenix, consider the idea of a. But yeah, there we go. Let's see. Man, it is really hot in here. And again, Herb's now up to a 5-second lead. I mean, again, Riley Herb's just blowing the doors off everybody. Omnier lost a spot there to Connor Zilic. As Zilic moves his way to 6th. Omnier back to 7th, but once again, Omnier just hanging out. He's good enough right now to earn the owner's title. He's got 2 drivers between himself and Eric Amarola, who, again, those 2 are fighting for that owner's title together. Cole Custer not a part of that conversation. But, yeah, Austin Hill's been pretty quiet ever since the restart. So, yeah, there we go. Austin Hill all the way back in 18th right now for the driver of the RCR number 21. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Again, right now we're working our way through this one. They're showing Allgaier on a massive revenge drive or something, but again, he's just he needs to find a way to get out of his own way at this point if you want to have a real shot at success with him. All right, let's see. So 56 laps to go. They're working their way through this one, but long way to go. Alright, let's see again. Right now, Allmendinger hanging out in 7th. Good enough for him to make it to the championship 4. Or not to make it to the championship 4, but made it to the championship for the owners. Again, he's like 8-9 spots off of being able to make it up to Riley Herbst or Cole Custer. Actually, he's only about 6 points behind, 6/10 behind. And oh, here comes Riley Herbst, first driver down to pit road. First of the leaders coming down pit road. Herbst, Chandler Smith, Jesse Love, all coming down pit road. Brandon Jones also on pit road. 16.2 for Jones, 13.8 for for Riley Herbst. That's a big one there. 13-4 for Jesse Love. That's very fast. Chandler Smith finally finds his pit stall. Meanwhile, the RCR car is coming down pit road as well. On there, so let's see. Alright, let's see. And right now, Austin Hill on pit road. AJ Allmendinger on pit road. William Sawalich getting his pit stop done. 13.8 for Austin Hill. He's gonna make some ground up, but the problem is it gonna be enough here? And here comes Cole Custer and AJ Allmendinger to pit road. We'll have to wait and see how they end up cycling out here. Yeah, as well as Mayer, Van Gisbergen, Amarola, all coming to pit road. Josh Williams also coming to pit road, so it's a lot of drivers coming. Alright, let's see again. Right now we're working our way through this one. Zilich was on pit road. Williams, there we go. Let's see. Custer, 13.4 second pit stop for Cole Custer. That is, again, an amazing pit stop there. A lot of 15.2s there. Zilich, Van Gisbergen both getting 15.2s. Amarola 15.4. They're continuing to roll in. Burton, Sieg, Creed here. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Sheldon Creed coming down pit road. Now let's see again. Right now they're working their way through this one. Alright, let's see. Right now, Daniel Dye hangs on to the lead of the race as Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith, Matt DiBenedetto, and Brennan Poole all coming down pit road, making their way down, and let's see. Do you think Jesse Love will move up next year too soon? Are you talking about to Cup? Because I don't think Jesse Love moves to Cup. I think Love and Hill are both in interesting positions. First off, I think if we're talking about the move up to Cup, I think Austin Hill makes that move well before we start talking about Jesse Love making it. I think Austin Hill has proven well above and beyond. He is more than capable of finishing races here. I think you see Austin Hill move up to Cup, potentially either to a third charter if they end up getting a third charter, or to Austin Dillon's ride when and if he decides to step away from the driving side of things. Now, depending on what comes first, if Kyle Busch up and leaves the team after next year due to underperforming for another year, I think that seat then goes to Austin Hill. And I think Jesse Love takes over kind of the dominant Xfinity Series program. Now, if a second seat, so let's say, just hypothetical scenario, none of this is confirmed. Let's say that Kyle Busch leaves at the end of the year and Austin Dillon says, all right, you know what, I don't want to keep racing. I don't want to keep racing the Cup cars. I'll step out and let a potentially more talented driver in. I could see a world where both drivers get promoted at the same time. But ideally, I think you would want to see either Kyle Busch or Austin Dillon mentor Austin Hill at the Cup level for a year or two before you move up both rookies. Not to mention, I think Jesse Love could do with a little bit more time in Xfinity. I think it's a very similar situation to what Joe Gibbs Racing found themselves in a couple years ago with the Daniel Suarez. And Anthony Alfredo up into the fence, and that's going to be caution flag here under the commercial break. But I think it's very similar to the Daniel Suarez and Aaron Jones situation where they moved them both up in 2016, at the end of the 2016 Xfinity season and moved them both up into Cup. Ultimately, it worked out okay. I think they would have been better off bringing Daniel Suarez up first. Obviously, Mark Truex Jr. still wins that championship, I think, and I think on the back of a NASCAR Cup Series championship for the organization, you have a lot more sponsors willing to commit to a second car for that organization with a developmental driver. I think you have a lot more sponsors willing to commit there than trying to get drivers to rather than getting sponsors to commit to a driver when you don't have a spot. But yeah, so again, that's some big damage there to the number 5 of Austin or Anthony Alfredo. I mean, that is going to be a destroyed race car. We'll have to wait and see if he's done for the day, but yeah. So ultimately, though, that's what I think RCR should do with their 2 drivers. I'd like to see them stagger it. Again, similar to what I think Joe Gibbs Racing could have done in Xfinity or in Cup back when they had them. Because if let's just say that Matt Kenseth had wanted to move on at the end of 2017 anyway, you might not have even needed to extend the. They may not have even needed to expand Front Row Motorsports. They could have kept it a 1-car team and kept it flourishing for years to come. If Matt Kenseth decided that at the end of the 2017 year, yeah, I'm okay with retiring and giving up my ride to a driver coming off an Xfinity Championship, I think that would have worked a lot better than move up Eric Jones to a temporary Cup seat that's going to go away completely at the end of the following year just to move him in-house. Allgaier might be back. We'll have to wait and see. Was he the free pass under this caution? Because if so, maybe. Wait, how's he back in the lead? Oh, he's back on the lead lap because he hadn't pit yet. Oh. Alright. Yeah, Justin Allgaier definitely could be back in this one. If he gets a fresh pit stop here, I mean, he'll definitely be at the tail end of the lead lap, but only 13 cars on the lead lap as of right now. I think some of them end up waiting around trying to get their lap back, but I mean, let's say 17 cars on the lead lap, worst case scenario. I mean, hey, Justin Allgaier may have just lucked back into this championship fight. And if he does get this championship at this point, I think it is absolutely a little bit of a clown show. But hey, you can't complain about it. A championship comes to you, a championship comes to you. But yeah, that would definitely be a funny way for the championship to come. I didn't realize he had stayed out to that point. I thought he pit in the mix, but also hard to keep track of them all when they go to a side-by-side commercial. Yeah, in the middle of a green flag pit cycle. But yeah, so right now, alright, so apparently Allmendinger is talking about how he doesn't think he can beat them in a neutral state, and I think that's absolutely accurate based on what we've been seeing in terms of driving wise. I mean, he's just been stuck wherever the pit crew puts him out. He's been basically stuck. So unless he gets a significantly better car here, with some good adjustments. But yeah. Now the interesting thing, though, looking at some of the other development drivers, because one, we're gonna have an absolutely stacked rookie class in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year. I mean, it is just stacked full of just every driver you could imagine, pretty much. And I legitimately think there's like 7-8 rookies next year for the Xfinity Series Rookie of the Year race, which is gonna just be nuts. But yeah, I would definitely be curious to see what ends up happening there. Let's see. Everybody coming down pit road. Let's see what's going to end up happening here. So Austin Hill and Allgaier are both getting their pit stops done. You know, a lot of the drivers that have already been to pit road and are going to stay out here to try and keep their track position. Which also means that there's not the opportunity to waiver out, which means there is only 13 cars on the lead lap. And with only 13 cars on lead lap, that is not a lot of cars that are going to commercial break. I'm going to go run and grab myself a drink of water because it is really, really hot in here. And yeah, I will be right back, guys. All right, here we go. Yeah, I have no idea why it's so hot in this room, but it is like a 30-degree temperature spike between my kitchen and this room, which are directly connected, which is, man, definitely not the same as recording down in my normal recording studio down in the basement. Currently getting repaired after flood damage, so yeah, we'll have to wait. That'll be a little while before we're back in the normal studio. Alright, well, we're just chilling out here. There's still a commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything here. As we are getting ready for this one, we have absolutely been hammering it out of the park. Nearly 5,000 views here on the stream. That is just incredible. Again, thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in for even just a portion of this stream. And I say, it might end up, oh, I completely forgot. I actually went and clipped a bunch of stuff from the streams at Bristol. I might actually go ahead and release a couple of those throughout the off season just for fun. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed some of the racing you saw at Bristol, I might end up picking and choosing a couple of clips from my content that I'll be posting. But here we go, getting ready to go back green. Pace car is off. And we have got ourselves a green flag is out, and they are going to be racing here at Phoenix. Herbst, Love on the front row. Custer is in third on the top line here. And they are continuing to make that top line work here for the Stewart-Haas boys. Jesse Love on the bottom trying to make it work here. Jesse Love hangs on to that spot. Now, I don't think you need to be an Xfinity champion to move up, but you need to show consistent success in Xfinity, like Austin Hill has done. Here we go. Mayer to the bottom, making some moves here all the way to the bottom. Curious to see what ends up happening here. AJ Allmendinger has made his way all the way to the front of the lead lap. Or not in front of the lead lap, but front of the playoff cars, as he was alongside Cole Custer there for a moment. Now he's battling side by side with Sam Mayer right behind Cole Custer, and it looks like he's gonna potentially lose out that battle. Yep, there we go. He gets him behind Sam Mayer, but again, there's still plenty of time to make a comeback here too. I say it will be a game of wait and see, but. Right now, we got 36 laps to go. There it is time. And Connor Zillage now making a pass here on the 00 of Cole Custer. I'm going to say, Cole Custer having trouble making his way through this one. And here we go. Allgaier looking to the bottom of Allmendinger, trying to make a move here for the lead. Right now, Amarola would actually be the owner's champion, just ahead of Allmendinger, who is just ahead of Allgaier for that owner's championship. Hey Matt, how's it going? And again, we got 34 laps to go, and we are closing in on the end of this race. This race is going to go late. It's going to be about 10:30 when we see the checkered flag drop, but I could not be more thrilled, more ready for a NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship race finish here, because this race is going to be insane as they come down the end. Justin Allgaier, his car is right back in the mix, and he is a fast car. Let's see. Allmendinger gets beat here, and now Allgaier onto attacking Creed here. Again, battling with Creed for 7th here. Allgaier to the outside, Allmendinger to the bottom, actually looking maybe like he might want to try and go for 3 wide if he gets a shot at it. 33 laps to go, and again, right now, Cole Custer hanging on to 3rd. He's got, he's got 4 lap cars between him and the next playoff driver for the Drivers' Championship. Again, Amarola does not affect Cole Custer's battle for an Owner's Championship because Cole Custer is not an Owner's Championship eligible driver. Amarola not a driver championship. Ah, nice, Matt. You've got your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday, and yeah, you got a Cup Championship race on your birthday. Who you rooting for your for the Cup Championship on your birthday? Who are we rooting for? As we got ourselves a 30 laps to go here, 30 more times around, and we have absolutely just crushed it tonight, which is just amazing from the support that we've seen here tonight so far. Let's see, how many views would we need to get the record here for the channel? Okay, might be a little hard to do that, but to get the highest viewed race that I've covered from the studio, we are 680 views away. Okay, 680 views, that's going to be a little bit of a tough one because we don't have a lot of laps left, but we're doing really well, though. This stream's been amazing. Loving all the support, especially early on in the stream. We had over 100 people at one point in here, which is just incredible. And here we go again. We're chilling out. We got 30 laps to go. Right now, both Justin Allgaier and Austin Hill finally starting to gain some ground here as they're working their way up through this one. Let's see. Oh, okay. Allmendinger is on older tires, so that is a little bit of a caveat there, is that Allmendinger did not pit with the rest of them there. I thought maybe he might have, but no. Allmendinger did not pit at the last caution flag, so he has older tires, which could very well be contributing to some of the lack of speed here down the stretch. And he's really just banking on a caution here in the next, 5 laps, I would say. Not that he's going to blow a tire, but ideally somewhere between 25 and 20 laps to go would be the ideal spot to get a caution, slap on your last set of tires, and try and run to the front of the field as fast as you can. But, yeah. Let's see. There we go. We're also just crushing it on the subscriber front today as well. 2760 on that one. We're now only 239 subscribers away from hitting the big 3K. And again, 3K is the goal by the end of the year. Still a long ways out, but hey, every little bit has just chipped away at this seemingly impossible task. But you guys have made it possible. 26 laps to go now, 25 to go here in Phoenix. Yeah, battling it out for a championship. Again, Cole Custer looks like he's on the cusp of winning his back-to-back NASCAR Xfinity Series championships as he goes up into Cup. Now, that list of drivers who have gone for back-to-back championships in Xfinity, and we got smoke coming out the back of a car. That is the 26 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. I believe he is going to make it to pit road, but with smoke coming out the rear of the field, I would be concerned about potentially oil on track. And if there is oil on the track, NASCAR would have to throw a caution. And we have pretty much entered the perfect situation. Yeah, And I say only 13 cars on lead lap. He'd be able to slap some fresh tires on here. And I said somewhere between 25 to 20. Now, if we got a caution for that Jeffrey Earnhardt thing, that would be just about perfect. Really, anything less than 20 laps to go, though, I think you have just too few laps to try and run through the field. But here we go. Let's see. Cole Custer looking to the inside on Jesse Love. Going to try and take second at least. Again, Riley Herbst is just in a different zip code altogether tonight than the rest of these NASCAR Xfinity Series drivers. And let's see. Man, this is just incredible racing, though. And that's the best thing. And this is something I like about one of my personal favorite tracks on the entire circuit, which is, and I know I get a lot of flack for this, but one of my favorite tracks on the entire circuit, Richmond, is that you get this nice long run, these long duels between drivers. It might not always be the closest racing action. Like, we've got a 3 second the leader's 3 seconds out, but we do have some really good natural racing developing here, in and around the track. Ah, cool. Shiny Dondozo. I've got a couple of friends who have shiny Dondozos over in Scarlet Violet. I haven't found my own white catfish yet, but I also haven't hunted it yet, so. But yeah, that's a really cool shiny to have, though. Yeah. So here we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 20 laps to go. 20 more times around. And again, right now, the battle from like second all the way back to Allgaier in sixth is actually a pretty good battle here. You got Jesse Love. You got Cole Custer, Connor Zilic, Sam Mayer, and Justin Allgaier. And I'll say a race win is not required to win the championship, which is a big deal because obviously Riley Herbst looks like he is a shoo-in to win this race. Now, obviously, on the Cup side of things, in recent years, you would have needed a race win to get the championship because the championship four were always, there was at least one or two of the drivers that just looked unbeatable from the championship four. Tonight's championship four has looked fairly average speed. Not a lot of, nothing really blowing you away, but nothing really looking mediocre, which is good. I mean, it's kind of just been everybody just hanging in and around the top 5, top 10 most of the night. And yeah, again, I would say that in a lot of these situations, again, barring the Allgaier penalty at least, I think most of these drivers have proven that, hey, we are provable, we are provable talents here. And again, Allgaier, the fact that he got really lucky for that one, for that caution to put himself back in this situation. Can't wait for August 2nd. Okay, what is August 2nd? I'm not too up to date on what August 2nd is. Is that a Cup race next year? Let me see. I do not remember the Cup schedule off the top of my head. Is August 2nd a Cup date? Let's see. Oh, August 2nd is an Xfinity Series race at Iowa. So, alright. Not sure if you're referring to the Xfinity Series race from Iowa, but... Oh, baseball. Okay. Cool. That's the baseball classic at Bristol, right? That's the baseball game going on inside Bristol Motor Speedway. Because, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's that weekend. Here we go. Cole Custer makes the pass on Connor Zilic and holds him off for third there. Yeah, Atlanta versus the Cincinnati Reds inside Bristol. Yep. That's going to be a fun event to watch. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there down in Bristol for that event, but I've got a friend who is strongly considering going. But yeah. Let's see. What do we got, though? Allgaier and Hill fighting it out here, but right now we're entering that window. I think it's already pretty much too far gone here for Allmendinger. He's currently in 11th place. He needs a caution badly here if he has any shot at a title here. Right now, again, it is Cole Custer in position for the driver's title. Allgaier in position for the owner's title, although Austin Hill right on his bumper here could potentially, or I say right on his bumper, Hill about 1 second back of Allgaier is the battle for the owner's championship. Again, owner's championship not nearly as important as the driver's championship, especially to the drivers' resumes. Some of these drivers who are trying to build resumes like an Austin Hill, like a Cole Custer. But every little bit counts here, and these drivers, they want these wins. And again, 4 seconds. I mean, again, just giving a shout out to Riley Herbst. He's just been an unstoppable force tonight. Now let's see. They've got the crew chiefs for both the 00 and the 7 up on the screen. Curious to see what the battle there is going to be. As the 21 closes in on the back bumper of the 7, potentially we could see a three-way fight for both the drivers and a two-way fight for the owners championship between the 21, the 7, and the 00, all getting into it. Now, is there a world where we see all three DNF each other and Allmendinger ends up winning it pretty much by default? That would be funny if that ended up happening, but I don't anticipate it. But here we go. 11 laps to go. Gonna be 10 to go at the line. And right now this race is just getting closer and closer to over as they continue to wind down the laps. Not a lot of laps left. And they really want this one done. Let's see. What's it gonna be? I say Cole Custer looking to the top on Love here, gonna try and maybe make a move for a second to see if he can pass on Love. Let's see. Looking at the inside, though, goes Zilich. Zilich looking at the inside of Custer, gonna try and maybe block that potential pass going. And right now you got Allgaier and Hill lined up in line behind Zilich here. So if Zilich gets by, opens the door for Allgaier and the other one. Allgaier and Hill both can potentially get by if Zilich can just get to this inside and kind of keep the door open here. Side drafting. Here we go. Good old side draft. Door to door. Bumper to bumper. And it's going to be... There we go. Alright, so there we go. 8 laps to go. And again, right now, the 7 is closing in on this 00 for the championship. And the 88 washes up the track, leaving room for the 7 to slide on through. The 7 of Justin Allgaier slides through, and that now puts himself up to 4th, Custer to 3rd. This battle for the championship is not over yet. Don't go anywhere. Don't be flipping the channel yet. And here we go, bumper to bumper, the championship on the line. Allgaier, Custer, 2 drivers looking for this championship. Allgaier dives it in deep, slides up the track, and he is going to take the lead with 5 laps to go or 6 laps to go in the finale here. All right, so here we go. Allgaier just took the lead. Imagine this. After the day that those guys have had, for Justin Allgaier to be mounting the comeback that he has had after the restart violation, after the speeding penalty on the restart violation penalty when he came down to serve it. 5 laps to go, and Justin Allgaier could be both a drivers and owners champion and could end this thing right here and now. And that would be Justin Allgaier getting his very first NASCAR Xfinity Series championship. What a way to cap off the night and cap off what has been a fairly successful, very quiet season, honestly, for the number 7. He's just been quietly consistent for the last like 2-3 years. Consistently getting close, getting to the championship 4 once or twice, but has just never really been able to seal the deal. And here we go, the 7 looking the inside on the 2. The 2 of Jesse Love. Not going to get by him right on this move, but again, right now, Custer just looking for the chance to try and close that momentum back in. See if he can make this move happen. To the outside goes Custer. Allgaier up to block. Yeah, I say they're looking to make the move, and oh, caution flag flies! The 42 of Leland Honeyman Jr. has just gone around, and oh boy, we ain't done yet. We got ourselves a caution flag, and we are going to overtime. Caution flag flies, and we are going to overtime. Let's go. Oh my, let's go. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. We are going to overtime. I thought we were about to have a really cool duel down the finish. I thought Custer was going to maybe have a run on Allgaier there. The 2 of them going side by side. Austin Hill might be able to get that door right back open there. And now we've got overtime. We've got a caution flag, and we're going right to overtime. Again, it's kind of unfortunate that it is a somewhat meaningless car in the back kind of going around here, but we have got ourselves the caution flag flying. But yeah. Okay, why is enter not send on Twitter? Like, enter should just be send. Like, make me do shift enter if I need to go down an extra space or not here. But caution's out, 2 laps. And yep, Allgaier, because of his cut tire earlier in the race, he only has a fresh set of rights. He does not have 4 fresh tires here. And let's see. AJ Allmendinger, Cole Custer, Austin Hill. I believe all 4 of these drivers have fresh sets of tires. The question is, who's coming for them? I believe pit road will be open this time. And who all's coming for tires? You got Jesse Love coming for pit road. Yep, Jesse Love pulls up to pit road. Here comes Allgaier. Here comes Custer. The rest of the field follows. The rest of the field follows him down pit road, and we got ourselves a race here down at the end. Your prediction for Austin Hill is still alive. Fight after the race. Hey, that would be funny, but again, I was expecting that. Hey, if we were gonna get a fight, my prediction was that it was gonna be the all 3 of them coming together there late in the race, and it almost happened there. Custer and Allgaier get side by side. Austin Hill dives it up 3 wide, tries to take the spot. Very possible. All right, here we go. Let's see. And we are now at 52.87 on the view count. Let's see. That puts us... Oh, we are like... we are closing in on that... we are top 5 most viewed streams on the stream. And oh, here we go. 2 tires for Austin Hill takes the lead. Jesse Love to second. Riley Herbst loses 2 spots there on pit road. Cole Custer, Allgaier both hang on to their spots. And Allmendinger with another bad pit stop, unable to gain spots here, and that is going to be a disastrous. That's going to be a disaster there unless Allmendinger stayed out, which we know he didn't. I was going to say that, but then I remembered seeing him in the line of cars coming down pit road. So everybody is on pit road here. All right, we're ready. Everybody's got a fresh set of tires aside from the 7. The 7 is on only has 2 tires available, so the 2 is going to be your leader, it looks like. But let's see. Allmendinger is in 11th. So he would need to go 11th to 1st in 2 laps if he wants to go ahead and try and get this one. Austin Hill, again, 2 tires for Austin Hill, 2 fresh tires for Justin Allgaier, and and 2 scuffs. Meanwhile, everybody else is on virtually 4 sticker tires. It is going to be a fun duel to the finish. And again, we are not necessarily done. The NASCAR overtime rules, if you guys are new to the sport of NASCAR, when you get a caution flag that extends this one, you can go as many attempts as we need to get to the white flag. Once we see the white flag, that will end the race. The next flag will end the race. Hey, Novi Ranger, how's it going? Have a shiny executor in Pokemon Violet, cool. Also have a Haxorus that you run, and you run the Guillotine set. Oh, that's a fun set. I have a Guillotine Haxorus on a team as well. It's actually my All Oko team that I have that on. Yeah, that's a fun strat to run. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. But again, we have now completed. Everybody on the lead lap came to pit road here, and it is going to be a duel to the finish. Again, Allmendinger all the way back in 11th. I don't know if there's a path for him to find his way up there on this one. JPR. Who's JP? Okay, he's a NASCAR and Pokemon creator as well. Okay, I don't recognize him from the initials. I'm assuming that's an acronym for something. What's the full name? I'm assuming it's not just JPR. But yeah. Yeah, it's not on the CW app, which is really annoying. But if your TV provider has the CW, it is on the channel itself. Whether if you have an antenna, if you have regular standard cable, I have YouTube. Okay, it's part of the Daily Downforce. Okay, cool. But yeah, so antenna, standard cable, or whatchamacallit, or YouTube TV, which is how I'm watching the race. But yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Rizzo. Any shot that's a relation to to Ray the Hacker Rizzo, the 3-time world champion cheater guy. Which I don't have any problem going ahead and just flat out saying, yeah, Ray Rizzo cheats when it comes to Pokemon. But yeah, you don't have cable, usually just use apps. Yep, same here. My family cut the cord when it came to standard cable when we moved houses, so I've got YouTube TV, and YouTube TV, at least in my area, carries CW. I've heard from some people that it doesn't. Okay, no relation. Okay, I just happened to notice the last name, and I know a high percentage of Pokemon. I don't know. I would say Glick is probably closer to the. I'm trying to think of who. Probably closer to the Connor Jones of Pokemon. But yeah, here we go. Lights are off in the pace car. We're ready to go racing in overtime. Yep. Rest in peace to Bobby Allison. That was something we talked about earlier in the stream. NASCAR did lose a legend today. In the form of Bobby Allison, who passed away at the age of 85. Glad he was able to get one more win on his record to go to win number 85 on the career before ultimately passing away today in the form of that North Wilkesboro win that got overturned a couple weeks ago. All right, here we go. Again, overtime, doubled up, ready to go. Austin Hill and Jesse Love on the front row. That second row, double Stuart Haas cars. Then you've got Eric Almirola and Justin Allgaier in row 3. You've got a lot of teammates all doubled up here. Going to be looking for a fun race. Let's see. We're ready to go green. Hopefully you guys are too. Again, it is overtime. If we get to the white flag, the next flag ends the race. If we get a caution before we see the white, we go and we re-rack it and we do it again. So here we go. Coming off turn 4. Going to be looking for the restart zone. It is green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are back to racing. And let's go. All the 3 championship contenders on the top of the line. Jesse Love to the bottom. Jesse Love going to look for another career win here. Riley Herbst, one of the strongest cars all night, looking to the bottom of the racetrack as well. Meanwhile, Austin Hill slowing up the top line. Oh, we got a caution. Parker Retzloff up into the outside wall. Are they going to let it run to the white? No, they don't. The caution flag flies. What? The white flag does not come out, and we've got ourselves a restart. Justin Allgaier almost had that championship won. Oh my. Allgaier nearly just won that championship on that short sprint. Allmendinger jumps up 4 spots on the restart there. And oh my, we are going to get another restart. Let's go. Let's go. Another restart. To an extent, like, again, as I said, I do appreciate the calm, peaceful racing when we get it. But you can't deny that overtime is a fun situation to end up in. When we see it over and over again, like Nashville earlier this year in the Cup Series where we went to, 5 overtimes? Or if you see, 7 races in a row end in overtime, it gets tiring. But, again, we know we've got 2 months of... We've got 2 months to simmer on whatever finishes we see in this race and the next one on Sunday, which, again, I will be here for that one. Zillage can't lose. NASCAR is just making sure this happens. Zillage has lost a race. Trust me, I was down there in Bristol. I remember watching Zillage lose 2 races, actually, in person when I was down there in Bristol. But, yeah. And I say, we definitely wouldn't mind trying to do a collab there with JPR then over at the Daily Downforce. I say, if he wants to do some kind of collab, that would be I feel like there'd be a lot of awesome combos there. But I actually do have a new series coming out over on the gaming channel that is Pokemon related. Not exactly gaming related, but yeah, that will be coming out on the channel sometime in the week after NASCAR wraps up when I actually have time to work on something in this makeshift office that I've got. Because again, my normal office kind of got flooded, so yeah, currently in the process of getting that all cleaned up. And I'm currently just placed up here. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Again, going to double overtime here. Jesse Love, Allgaier. The good thing is Allgaier has a good buffer in terms of the Drivers' Championship. In terms of the Owners' Championship, Riley Herbst is the only buffer he's got. But in terms of the Drivers' Championship, he has a very good buffer. And did I just see, wild race so far? That is definitely a word for it. But yeah, here we go. Did I just see Allmendinger go to the pit road? I thought I just saw Allmendinger go to pit road. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like Allmendinger currently sitting in the 10th position. We'll have to wait and see as everything cycles around. Yeah, but yeah, right now, though, this is just an absolutely chaotic race, though. 19 lead changes, only 19 lead changes amongst 8 different leaders, 7 cautions, though. And, yeah, it has been a wild set of races here. We are currently going to be looking at lap 213 as a potential end lap for this one. That would be If we go much further than that, I think we enter slightly ridiculous territory. But, hey, you know what? I'm okay with slightly ridiculous, honestly, at this point. Because this has been a ton of fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Based on the response I've been seeing from you guys, it seems like you guys are enjoying it. Again, we will be back for the Cup Series race. Same exact way tomorrow. Been doing it for pretty much the entire last 2 seasons. I also cover the NFL in the off season, so if you guys are primarily sports people and aren't big fans of gaming, because I do have a gaming channel that I also upload to, but if you guys are mainly sports people, I will be streaming the Lions-Texans game right after the NASCAR Cup Series finale. I'll be going straight into that stream right after that. Then we've also got Monday Night Football, which I am unsure at the moment as to whether or not I'm streaming it. It is Bills-Dolphins. I'm leaning towards probably streaming it, but it will probably be a game time decision because Tua with those receivers is a ton of fun to watch, but We'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Lights are out on the pace car, doubling up. Allgaier to the bottom of the racetrack. We've seen that top line be so good, but here we go. To the bottom of the racetrack goes Allgaier, Amarola, Hill, the first three cars in that bottom line, all racing for a championship one way or another. Allgaier and Hill both racing for the drivers and owners championship. Amarola only looking for an owners championship. No drivers points involved. Yeah, right now those three are all on the inside line here. The top three on the outside line are all non-playoff drivers. Fourth driver in that outside line is Cole Custer, one of the drivers championship 4. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Jesse Love and Justin Allgaier. Allmendinger will restart back in 10th place. And yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good race going here. Let's see. Can we get a clean restart off without completely trashing the entire field, or are we going to double overtime? Or triple overtime, sorry. This is already our second overtime. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. And let's see. Jesse Love to the top. Everybody down below the line, and everybody fanning it out. Oh, contact! Major contact there. Justin Allgaier up into the cars on the outside there. Just completely slammed the 2 of Jesse Love and the 98 of Riley Herbst. And man, is that how Justin Allgaier is gonna win a championship? Are you kidding me? White flag flies, 1 lap to go, and this race is gonna be official here. The 98, yeah, his back tire is rubbing here. The tire smoke is coming off, and that is all because of Justin Allgaier. I would not be shocked if we see retaliation here into 3 and 4. Riley Herbst looking for the lead, looking for the race win. He sweeps the race as Riley Herbst takes the race win. Justin Allgaier, the champion. Justin Allgaier wins the championship here. Both drivers and owners championship on what was a pretty terrible move. Man, that is upsetting to see that one because, yeah, that was again, I like it for Allgaier because he's been trying at it for so long, but man, that is a terrible way to go and get your championship. I mean, you literally just door slammed 2 drivers on your way to it. And man, that is just so disappointing to see that happen there. Man. But yeah, that is just, there we go. Championship for your 2024 series champion, Justin Allgaier. And man, again, it's just one of those things like, come on, man. You didn't need to junk 2 cars, basically, up into the outside fence. Alright, let's see. Austin Hill on the block mode per deck jam. Okay, yep. Nemesis Racing League, check it out. Oh, okay, well, hey, if I get a chance to go ahead and check it out, I definitely will. I always like tuning into different racing leagues over on when they're being streamed. I have my own racing league that we're currently in the off-season series, currently testing out the SRX game with the late models as a potential replacement in case the NASCAR 85 servers don't come back up after the new year, because that's when our new season is scheduled to start. But that's also when the contract on the current game servers are up. So we'll have to say we're trying to at least prepare a backup option in case the NASCAR 85 servers aren't up for my own league. But again, if you guys are new here to the channel, as per usual, we will go through every single finishing position. If you guys just came for the race reaction, thank you guys for stopping by. Hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We will be back tomorrow for the Cup Series finish reaction. Again, we'll be live for a few more minutes. Again, I will read through the full finishing order. But again, if you guys just came for the reaction, this is basically the end of the stream. But there's Justin Allgaier getting presented with his flag. And yeah, what a race it was. So Riley Herbst, he's the winner. He's going to get completely forgotten about in the mess of everything else that has happened tonight, including the championship. But Riley Herbst wins the race and sweeps the week as he goes and wins he won stage 1. He won stage 2. He wins the race. The only thing he didn't do was he didn't win the pole. He qualified 3rd on the day. Justin Allgaier coming up 2nd. Hey, he doesn't care. He wins a championship on it. That is perfectly fine for him. Eric Almirola comes up 2nd place in the Owners' Championship, 3rd overall in the race. Connor Zilic 4th, 5th Chandler Smith. 6th Jesse Love, 7th Chandler Smith, 8th Cole Custer, 9th AJ Allmendinger, and rounding out your top 10 tonight, Austin Hill. Then we got Sam Mayer driving the number 1 car, finishing in 11th. Shane Van Gisbergen in what might be one of his final Xfinity Series races on an oval, coming home 12th place in the number 97 as he moves up to Cup next year, driving the number 88 car. William Sawalich driving the number 19 car comes home 13th. Parker Klickerman in his final NASCAR Xfinity Series race, or at least as a part of a full-time season, comes home 14th. And Sammy Smith rounds out our top 15 finishers here tonight. As there we go, Justin Allgaier climbs from the car over on the broadcast, going to go ahead, cheer up and down in the air, and celebrate. And man, what an exciting night for him. Again, I don't deny that it is an amazing thing, and again, great guy for it to happen to. As far everything I know about him, he's an amazing guy. I just hate the way that it happened, where he just had to basically junk 2 cars that weren't even playoff contenders. At the very end to try and do it. I mean, that's my biggest problem with how he did it. Jeb Burton, who will be driving the number 50 car in tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race, comes home 16th. 17th for Daniel Dye. 18th comes home Brandon Jones. And then we got Dylan Lupton in the 15, coming home 19th. And 20th is Jeremy Clements. 21st goes Josh Bilicki. 22nd, Blaine Perkins. 23rd is gonna go Ryan Sieg. Brennan Poole 24th, and rounding out your top 25 is Ryan Ellis in the number 43 Chevrolet. 26th is going to go to Matt DiBenedetto, and rounding out your lead lap finishers is going to be Joey Gase in the 35 car. First car 1 lap down goes to the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. Kyle Sieg also 1 lap down in the number 39 car, comes home 29th. Ironically, that's his normal car number. 28 is his normal car number, never mind. Garrett Smithley coming home as well 1 lap down in the 53, rounds out your top 30 finishers. Leland Honeyman Jr. comes home 3 laps shy of the checkered flag, as he was the caution flag that sent them into overtime in the first place. And again, he comes home 31st, 3 laps off the pace. Dawson Cram, 4 laps off the pace in the number 92 car, comes home 32nd. 33rd place goes to Josh Williams in the number 11 machine, 5 laps off the pace. Parker Retzloff, who also came to a crashing halt there, that actually sent them to double overtime, the final caution of the night. He finishes the race 9 laps down in 34th place. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 44 laps off the pace, rounds out your top 35 finishers. Anthony Alfredo, 61 laps down, comes home 36th. 37th for Greg Van Alst, 105 laps off the pace. Again, 37th place for him. And rounding out your 38 car field, Stephen Parsons, 38th, 152 laps behind the race. And again, that rounds out your 38 car field here tonight, as Justin Allgaier is your NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Is the race finished? So the NASCAR Xfinity Series race just wrapped up. Tomorrow is the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race. We'll be live about 2:45 or so, about 2:45. The race itself is scheduled for 3, so again, we'll be live about 15 minutes beforehand for a little bit of pre-race. But yeah, tonight's race, though, the NASCAR Xfinity Series race over on the CW, did just come to a conclusion. Justin Allgaier wins both the owners and drivers championships on a last in a overtime move where he goes and shoves two cars into the fence, leaving both cars with tire rubs. Jesse Love in the two comes home sixth, and Riley Herbst, the other driver involved in that, actually ironically passes him back for the race lead. I thought he was going to wreck him, but no, he just goes for a nice clean overtake and just is like, hey, you shoved me into the fence, I'm going to win anyway. So, yep, that is what happened here tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys, once again, if you guys did enjoy the stream, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Also ring that bell so you guys know when I go live tomorrow. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!